picking up some much-needed yards and first downs.
Surrounding Fisher Field are still green, but soon they'll be overwhelmed by orange, and the homecoming crowd here at Warsaw hopes the same happens at Fisher Field tonight as the Concord Minutemen visit the Warsaw Tigers in a top 10 NLC showdown on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. And how you doing, everybody? Alongside my business and broadcast partner, Angelo Di Carlo, it's Chuck Freeby joining you from the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Bo Hunt auditioning for the lead role in Spider-Man. He'll be back with us next week. The Concord Minutemen have a record of 3-1, but that one loss was to a team in Mishawaka that runs the same kind of offense this Warsaw squad does, and Craig Kaler says that's a problem.
And he likes to use that word. That's a problem a lot. And it certainly will be here tonight because defense has been the issue for Concord so far this year. We know they can score, and they expect to score a lot of points. Can they stop the option in particular here tonight? They haven't done it yet this year, but they've been battle-tested. This will be another big challenge for them here tonight.
Now, Warsaw's 3-1 as well. Their only loss coming to Warren Central. They won a couple of easy conference games here in the Northern Lakes, but the question I asked Bart Curtis this week was, how good is your team? And he said, we're about to find out.
Yeah, they opened the season with a win over Snyder, and you're like, whoa, okay. They're within 14 of Warren Central, you're okay. And then it turns out Snyder maybe not quite as good as they've been, and then they get the 2 wins over teams that are a little lower echelon in the NLC. So this is the litmus test. Whereas Concord has been challenged the last 3 weeks, all 4 weeks really, Warsaw has not been challenged in 3 weeks.
Now, you'll notice that we're a little bit delayed tonight because Concord ran into the traffic from the homecoming parade, and then the bus that you see there ran under an overpass and got stuck. So the Minutemen were stuck too and delayed a little bit tonight.
Yeah, and you'll see how that affects the mentality, feeling a little rushed when you arrive. Thankfully, everyone understanding of that. So they delayed things by 15 minutes, but they probably got here 35, 40 minutes later than they actually wanted to. So that's a good test for them for the rest of the season. You're going to always face adversity, and that's what they're going to face here tonight with the way pregame has gone.
The nice thing is it allowed the temperatures to cool off a little bit. Still a warm night for football, but a beautiful one at that. And we'll get you ready for it with the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show and the Lilliard Insurance Keys to Win. It's the Concord 15-minute delayed men and the Warsaw Tigers next on Sports Michiana. The Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Ferret Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lilliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done?
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Mom, it's happening again. The internet froze. It's just buffering over and over.
Sounds like we need faster internet.
Back to school starts with better internet. Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
What have you been doing? Looking for a new internet provider. You should get Surf. They're really good. No contracts or hidden fees and price lock for life. Okay, I'm in.
Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Ferret Custom Roll Forming. We form value. We welcome you back to Fisher Field in Warsaw as we get you ready for this Northern Lakes Conference Showdown between number 9 Concord and number 7 Warsaw. Time now to look at our keys to win for tonight's game, and we'll start with the Concord Minutemen. Their quarterback, Bo Brunner, has been phenomenal this year. 50 of 65 passing with only 1 interception, 6 touchdowns. He can also run it 95 yards on the ground. The 6'3", 195-pound senior has been sparkling. It helps when you've got Reese Brevard in the backfield. The 5'8", 175-pound senior committed to play at Ball State. Brevard has 483 yards rushing this year with 9 touchdowns, but has also caught 15 passes. He is a threat to take it to the house anytime he lays hands on the ball. The keys to win for Craig Kaler in the Minutemen.
Brought to you by Lilliard Insurance Agency. They want to create turnovers. Yes, defense has been a little bit of a challenge this year. Can they create some turnovers and change their luck? Be wary on special teams. You never quite know what Bart Curtis has up his sleeve, and avoid the explosions. You got to make sure that fullback does not bust up the middle and go 90 yards for a touchdown for Craig Kaler. Those are the things that are probably keeping him up all week long.
Meanwhile, the Warsaw Tigers, when they take the field, they also have a couple of offensive weapons you have to keep an eye on. One of them is their quarterback, Quentin Brock. Brock, the leader of this option attack, has carried the ball 29 times for 168 yards and 4 touchdowns. The All-State baseball player trying to make that happen on the football field. He gets a lot of help from his teammate Tucker Reed. Reed, the 5'8", 165-pound junior, has really been explosive this year. 25 carries, 329 yards, and a touchdown. He rushed for 105 yards in the loss to Warren Central. The keys to win from Lilliard Insurance Agency for Bart Curtis in Warsaw.
Find the playmakers. You want to avoid those big plays that Brunner and Brevard can provide. You got to tackle well, no question. We've seen the highlights. WSBT showed it. Chuck showed it to you. Brevard can break tackles left and right. You got to make sure you're tackling him and win the line of scrimmage. Of course, you're playing Barple. This is about getting those 3 yards per carry. You got to win that line of scrimmage, but you also have to do it on the defensive end as well.
These have been the Lilliard Insurance keys to win on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming pregame show. The traffic still coming in to Fisher Field for homecoming. We're ready for you. Hope you are too. It's Concord and Warsaw coming up next on Sports Michiana.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Ledger, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
Friends, this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union because they put people over profits. And they also sponsor the fabulous Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby, Angelo Di Carlo high above the fray. We want to send get well wishes to our man Bo Hunt. Got bit by a spider. Ooh, I don't want to show you the picture. It's not pretty, folks. Neither is Bo, for that matter. Happy birthday to his friend Sarah, though. And tell you what, he misses a good one here tonight because this is a great matchup between two explosive teams. And I think we touched on this a little bit. Yes, they play in the regular season, but they also could very well play again in the 5A sectional, and that's the one both coaches really want.
Well, we were there for the 5A sectional last year, dandy of a matchup, and the odds are, with only 4 teams in the sectional and those being the two favorites, that they will see each other again. But this is still the litmus test for that, to see what you have to work on for that next game. So that is a big factor, to say the least. All right, let's take a look at what the teams are wearing, brought to you by It's Tops in Mishawaka. Concord will be in white with green trim. Warsaw, as you can see, will be in black, and they will be outlined in white with the big white W in the front of the jerseys. And there you see the head coach of the Tigers, Bart Curtis, who has been a mainstay now here at Warsaw after his time at Mishawaka. It's hard to imagine, Chuck, all that he has done here in his short time here at Warsaw, but you know, this is a football school now. When he took the job, everyone said it was a basketball school. It's both a basketball and football school now because of him.
Well, and as one of our factoids tell you, Bart Curtis is indeed a Hall of Famer. He currently stands 5th among active Indiana high school football coaches with 262 career wins. As a matter of fact, the man he just passed on the all-time list is Phil Teagarden, who longtime coach in the area at Riley and St. Joe, and Phil's son Dennis is one of the assistants on the Concord sideline tonight. They exchanged a few pleasantries, nothing unpleasant, before the game. So you take a look at Bart, and we've got our officials for tonight's game too. The IHSA always looking for more good men to do this. They've got a crew tonight that includes the veteran Lou Brown wearing the white hat. He's working with Brad Weaver, Joe Garnett, James Zeeser, and Jason Mechanic. And here come the Warsaw Tigers onto the field here at Fisher Field. Good crowd on hand, as you might expect for homecoming. And then on the other side, bringing the American flag, the Concord Minutemen pour out onto the field. Craig Kaler's team with a record of 3-1 on the year. They are 1-1 in the Northern Lakes Conference, and they touch this rock that they bring with them, and it says F5OH, and it's one of the key principles of their program.
The reason why they are bringing it with them is, remember, they do not have a home field this year. So they decided they're going to bring the rock with them. And if you're going to do it for your home games that are away from home, you already have it. Might as well bring it for the true road games as well. I wonder if that'll be a staple now in future years now that they have the rock forever and ever.
We mentioned Concord's loss came at the hands of Mishawaka. That's a key factor in the Northern Lakes Conference race, because as you look at the league tonight as action gets underway, Warsaw, Mishawaka, and Plymouth are all 2-0 in the conference. Concord is 1-1, so they don't control their own destiny. They need some help in a couple of weeks when Warsaw goes to Mishawaka and plays the Cavemen.
But the biggest help they can provide themselves is a win here tonight. Otherwise, if you get to 2 losses, the odds of Concord being in the conversation to repeat as NLC champions are really washed away. It probably will not happen. So tonight is a win, and they need the win here tonight. But Warsaw, as we've talked about, they want to win the NLC. They went all the way to the state finals a year ago, but they did not win the Northern Lakes Conference. They want to win that championship, and a win tonight would allow them to still control their own destiny the rest of the way.
The captain's getting ready to meet at midfield for Warsaw. It's Robbie Strong, Logan Carl, Matthew Flores Ortega, and Quentin Brock. Concord represented by number 1, Reese Brevard, number 9, Parker Schaefer, and number 5, Bo Brunner. And these two teams have a lot of respect for each other. The reason why the series, well, quite frankly, it's dead even. The series history finds itself tied at 31. They first met back in 1964, and the last time they played was in the sectional last year in Class 5A, November 8th, 2024, when Warsaw won at 31-28. The series history brought to us by our friends at Mike's Garage Door.
Again, if you're just tuning in, we were on a little bit of a delay. There was an accident at 30 and 15 that forced the Concord buses to take an alternate route. As they took that alternate route, they had to go under an overpass, and in the process of doing that, the bus clipped at the top, and they lost a piece. Thankfully, everybody is okay. They got over here, but they were probably a solid 35 minutes behind schedule, so a 15-minute delay. Stretching in here, there you see the top of the bus coming in one more time. As you can see, there's a little change from the bus in front versus the bus in the back in terms of the ventilation systems coming off the top of those buses. But thankfully, most importantly, all the players, all the coaches are okay, and the bus was able to drive here and drop them off, and we're about ready now for kickoff.
Warsaw won the toss and deferred. Concord has elected to receive at the south end of Fisher Field. By the way, a check of the weather tonight. It is balmy in Lake City. 85 degrees at kickoff. The wind, what wind? It's out of the east-southeast at 1 mile an hour. And there isn't a chance we're seeing any rain tonight, which is good because it means it's not humid, or else it would be very oppressive here tonight.
But it is still it is the hottest game of the year so far. This is the hottest game of the year at week 5. So how these teams adjust to that, what they did all week to prepare, did the players stay hydrated? We're going to learn a lot of that in the third and fourth quarter, whether or not we see a lot of cramping in this game. This first quarter will be brought to you by our friends at T. Comet. They've been a part of the Warsaw community for almost 50 years, and they are proud to support Tiger football. Are you looking for an exciting career path? T. Comet is hiring CNC machinists. Learn more at tcomet.com. Go Tigers.
Time for the opening kickoff, sponsored by Babsco. Fisher Whitaker about to put it into play for Warsaw. Concord just getting on the field now. And it'll be Reese Brevard, one of the deep men for the Minutemen. I'm sure the instruction to Whitaker is kick it away from him. Mark Herman also back there for Concord. Concord ranked number 9. Warsaw ranked number 7. old-fashioned football. If you had a black and white TV, you'd be just fine tonight. Whitaker on the approach, and we are underway in the NLC. A bouncing ball taken by Herman at the 12. And Herman, right up the right side, gets all the way out to the 32-yard line before he's brought down by Matthew Flores-Ortega. Good field position for the Concord quarterback, Bo Brunner, and this Minutemen attack that is averaging nearly 33 points a game and almost 400 yards a contest.
No question. They can score in bunches, can Concord, and I think we're expecting a high-scoring affair, to say the least, as we finally get going here for this game. And again, the game we had in Week 12 last year for the sectional championship was an instant classic, and I think we could see that again here tonight.
Reese Brevard is the tailback to the left of Bo Brunner. And it is Brevard trying to dart his way through the field, and he gets to the 35-yard line, a pickup of 3 before Warsaw is able to corral him. Let's meet that Concord offense. Brevard, of course, the running back. Derek Gomez, very talented H-back who catches a lot of passes. Chase Thompson and Mark Herman, talented receivers. Irvin Mejia gets the start in place of James Wilson at guard tonight. And they've got Big Donovan Arnold, a 4-year starter, at tackle.
We'll keep you updated on the time on the clock throughout the evening, as the clock not working for our end of purposes with a scoreboard change for Warsaw. They have a new digital scoreboard here at Fisher Field.
Brevard with a 5-yard catch there, and we will quickly meet the Warsaw defense. And on defense, Warsaw led up front by Grady Nelson, who has 15 tackles on the year. The linebacking core led by Matthew Flores-Ortega. And then in the secondary, it's going to be a testing night for Fletcher Pohl and Robbie Strong, a pair of veteran safeties. Minutemen looking at third down, and a flag is thrown, and I believe we've got a false start against Concord. That indeed is what Lou Brown signals, and so instead of looking at a 3rd and 2, it'll be 3rd and 7.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, serving a variety of industries, including solar appliances, conveyor systems, chassis, and structural components to decorative trim. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com. We form value.
3rd down and long. 10:40 on the first quarter clock as Brunner checks his wristband. And Brunner, with time, now steps up in the pocket under pursuit, and he throws for Mark Herman, but it is complete. Herman with a diving catch right in front of the Warsaw bench for a first down up to the 44-yard line. The first down sponsored by Brinkley RV. That's quite the catch by Mark Herman.
No question about that. Looked like that ball was going to be going out of bounds, and it was going, but he was able to stretch the sideline, make the catch, and get the critical first down for the Minutemen.
Looks like a pickup of 10 on the play. So a first down for Concord. And Brunner, quarterback draw, and he's got room to run up the middle of the field. One of the top runners in the 400 meters in this area goes forward for, it looks like, about 8 yards on the play, and he's into Tiger territory at the 48-yard line. And that's one of the things that makes this Concord offense dangerous, as you'll get another look from our Yoder Construction.
Yeah, he is not just a sit-back-in-the-pocket passer. As you mentioned, a 400 runner, excellent, was in play at regionals. We had him on the broadcast, one of the top runners in the area, and here he is. He's able to be that true dual threat. Got an offer this week from Valparaiso.
And it's Brunner on the run again. On 2nd and 2, he's got the first down sponsored by Brinkley RV as he takes it up to the Tiger 42 after a pickup of 6.
Reichert and Knepp Wrecker Service congratulates Warsaw on a great season so far with locations in Warsaw, South Bend, Plymouth, and New Haven. Reichert and Knepp Wrecker Service can handle any and all of your towing needs in northern Indiana. Learn more at rkwrecker.com.
Brunner came into this game averaging about 8 yards a carry, 8 carries a game. But they've already used him twice tonight. Now Brunner wants to throw, fires it out there, and he's got his man up at the 35-yard line for a pickup of 7. A nice little pitch and catch that time as Tavion Beach makes his 3rd grab of the year, a 6-foot junior.
I like the patience Brunner showed there because he had Brevard open on the screen pass, but he knew the play was still developing, found his man in the slot, was able to complete the pass, and then still had the option in case it went away to go to Brevard on the screen.
9:04 and counting here in the first quarter. Opening drive of this one. Concord started back on its own 32. They're at the Tiger 35. On 2nd and 3, it's Brunner keeping it himself, turning the corner. First down sponsored by Brinkley RV as he scampers out of bounds after a pickup of 5.
Well, sometimes you have to worry about what Warsaw's going to do on the run. Right there, it looked like Warsaw was a little fooled as a couple guys went and tackled Brevard on the play, and Brunner was able to escape on the read pass option and get that rush.
Tackling Brevard, usually a pretty good strategy. Not sure, was there a flag on the play?
That's what I'm wondering about, because it seemed like this was easily settled on the run by Brunner, and now Brunner is asking inverted whistle on the sideline. So it looks like they may be...
which is why they didn't spot the ball down at the 30. They pushed it back to the 33-yard line, and that sets up a 3rd and 1. Well, that's a tough break for the Concord Minutemen.
Wasn't it second down?
It was 2nd down, but the play still counts. They stopped the play where the whistle blew.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I was thinking it would be a replayed play, but yeah, I guess if it was
depending on what happens here, Concord might want that rule.
Yes.
It's Brevard, and he cannot get the first down as Grady Nelson gets him in the backfield. And now 4th and 2, and Craig Kaler's got a decision to make, which really isn't much of a decision. You're not going to punt. You're not going to try a field goal from here, so you're going to go for it on 4th and 2.
Yeah, you're looking at a 51, 52-yard field goal. Punt most likely going into the end zone. So, and it's 4th and short, although the problem there was they actually lost yardage, now becoming a 4th and 2 situation here. So a big, important, critical play. We talked about the talents of both offenses, Chuck. Now a critical moment here for the Warsaw defense to make a stand.
On 4th and 2, Brunner, he's got Brevard open on the sidelines, and sure, why not? Because that's easy money. That's a first down and more. Reese Brevard knocked out of downs at the 18-yard line after a pickup of 16, and Concord moves the chains with a Brinkley RV first down.
And we take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction. Brevard is wide open. This is the 3rd time he's been wide open on that sideline. Finally, Brunner decides to go to him. Warsaw's going to have to start getting a little closer to him in coverage on that screen opportunity, because that dump pass will be there all night long for Brunner and Brevard to pick up a big gain like they did just there.
1st and 10 from the Tiger 18-yard line. 9 plays already in this drive for Concord. They've chewed over 4 minutes off the clock. It's an end around here, and the end didn't get around. Looks like Mark Herman on the carry, and he's brought down by Robbie Strawn and a host of Tigers. They'll mark his forward progress at the 19, and that's a loss of 1.
Very nice defensive play by Warsaw there, keeping Concord at bay, and now can they continue that? They've had some nice stands here on this drive, but when Concord has needed to get that first down, they have each time, and now Warsaw trying to make it. It's 2nd and 11 here, so can you continue to put them in a tough position here and make it 3rd and long?
For Herman, that was only his 4th carry of the season. We now have 7:03 and counting left here in the first quarter. And on 2nd and long, it's Brevard, and he gets bottled up in the backfield and has nowhere to go. Great pursuit by the Warsaw defense as Cam Baus comes through and makes the stop. Back at the Tiger 21, it's a loss of 2. And you get another look from R. Yoder Construction.
Yeah, Brevard turning back, and they lose a couple yards, so it's going to be 3rd and, 12 or 13 here coming up for the Minutemen, not going in the right direction. They still may be in 4-down territory here, depending on, what they get here. I would think most likely they probably are. So you don't have to get the first down here, but you certainly want to pick up a healthy chunk of this 13 yards.
Yeah, the kicking game's been a little inconsistent for Concord this year, so they'd appreciate if Brunner could get rid of it here. And he gets away from one man. A flag comes in. This could be coming back as they hit Brevard over on the sidelines, and he dodges his way into the end zone for what looks like a Concord touchdown, but a flag back at the 30. Hold everything, because I think Concord did.
And, yes, that is exactly what. It was in the perfect spot. Credit Brunner for an excellent spin move to escape the sack. But as we take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction, they call the flag there for the hold. And maybe a tough one there against Concord, the Minutemen. I didn't totally see it, so maybe it was in a spot that we couldn't see. But a big loss there on the Ariota Construction replay. And Ariota Construction, proud to support tonight's game. Need a winning team for your next project? Ariota Construction will transform your vision into reality with expert design, planning, and full construction management services. Ariota Construction, building with purpose, serving with character.
Concord now looking at a 3rd and 23. So let's see what Lalo Rolone in this as the offensive coordinator dials up here.
Craig Keller not happy on the sideline.
Brunner in trouble, scrambles, flips it out there, and it is incomplete. It went off the hand of a couple of players, but quite frankly, he's lucky it wasn't picked off.
He did throw a little bit in traffic, but he did have 2 receivers in the area. I kind of like what I'm seeing from Brunner already. Obviously there, maybe he threw it in a little bit of traffic, but for the most part, he has excellent patience. He is not frazzled out there. This is a 3-year starter. He knows what it takes, but now they're put in a tough situation here on 4th and infinity.
KZRV sponsors the kicks for Concord tonight, and this will be a 48-yard field goal attempt from Nathan Potter, who is 0 for 2 on field goals this year. The snap is good. The kick by Potter is on its way. It's got the distance, but it's good.
Wow, what a kick.
Nathan Potter with a Concord touchless car wash field goal from 48 yards away. The Minutemen chew up more than half of the first quarter. 5:57 to go in the first. 3-0 Concord on Sports Michiana.
My name is Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union, told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
Friends, this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tire Rack, because TireRack.com is doggone it the way tire buying should be.
What an impressive first drive for the Concord Minutemen. It stalled, got a 4th and forever, 23, and then they got a 48-yard field goal to get the first points of the night, and here comes the ensuing kickoff brought to you by KZRV.
It's a 12-play drive. Nathan Potter about to do the kickoff here. And Mr. Potter puts it into the end zone for the touchback.
Thank you to Tire Rack for being our scoreboard sponsor for the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. When it's time for new tires, go to TireRack.com. Their easy-to-use shopping tools will guide you to the right tires. Ship fast and free and backed by free road hazard protection. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Our first look at Quentin Brock and this Warsaw offense from the 20-yard line. Brock working with Brody Duncan and Wyatt Harmon in the backfield. Tucker Reed, the leading ball carrier. Split ends don't touch the ball much. They're missing their big center tonight, and so Zach Reneker is getting the start in place of Camden Barrett. The starting lineup brought to you by Warsaw High School. And Quentin Brock gave it off to Reed in the backfield, and Concord sniffed it out beautifully for a loss of 1. As coming in and making the play that time for the Minutemen was Eli Castaneda. We get a chance to meet the Concord defense now. Along the front, you've got the veteran Donovan Arnold anchoring things. Renier Davila is having a terrific year. They have Derek Gomez as the leading tackler among those linebackers, and then the leading tackler on the team is Reese Brevard at safety. It's 2nd and 11. And Brock keeps it himself. Derek Gomez in on the stop along with Reese Brevard as he gets to the 26-yard line. They'll spot him up at the 27. It'll set up 3rd and 3 for Warsaw after a pickup of 8.
That's what the Tigers are looking to do, obviously. Pick up those yardage in that Bart ball, triple option offense. They get the yardage there that they need to set up a situation that they like here on 3rd and 3.
Logan Carl goes wide to one side. Joshua Owens wide to the near side. And Brock looks like he might be changing the play at the line of scrimmage. It's Brody Duncan, the fullback, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage as the Concord defense stiffens and likely forces a Minuteman punt. And again, it's Castaneda, the junior linebacker, who really came up and filled the hole.
Well, we talk about Concord needing to make some stops, and now we have an injured player down on the field for the Minutemen.
And that looks like it might be Reese Brevard, and he is grabbing at the hamstring. No, it is not Brevard. He is standing up. My apologies. We can't make out who the injured player is right now, so we'll take a 30-second timeout. Back with more after this on Sports Michiana.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. Renier Davila was the injured player. He's walking off under his own power as the trainer walks next to him. It is 4th and 3, and Bart Curtis keeps his offense on the field. That doesn't mean that they're not going to punt.
I smell a quick punt, but this formation certainly doesn't look like it would be, so maybe it's a try to get him to jump offside situation.
They do snap it. Brock pitches, and Tucker Reed's got a first down and more as he takes it to the 41-yard line. Oh, he's a gambling man, that Bart Curtis. It's sponsored by Sim Financial Advisors. Take another look from our Yoder Construction.
This man, he just when you think, no, not even Bart Curtis will do something, even he maybe figured everyone just assumes he's not going to go for it, and that split second of doubt makes enough of a difference when you're facing Bart ball, and he picks up the first down. Well done by the Tigers.
So a fresh set of downs for Warsaw. Brock keeps it himself, gets spun around in the backfield, but breaks out to the outside. And Quentin Brock sprints out of bounds after another first down sponsored by Sim Financial Advisors at the Concord 46. That's a pickup of 13 for the Tiger quarterback.
Take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction on the Sim Financial Advisors. First down, Sim Financial Advisors, the catalyst for potential scoring opportunities to grow your wealth and meet your goals, and Sim is making a play of its own. Sim covers the cost of all sports passes for every Warsaw High School student for home games. Visit sim.com to learn more. Go Tigers.
That's a pretty cool thing.
Absolutely.
1st and 10. Brock keeps it again, and he picks up about 3 on this one. Castaneda got him around the ankles for his 3rd tackle of the night.
So look at the difference here. Instead of a 3-and-out that will give Concord's defense some confidence and put Warsaw's defense in a very difficult spot because they were just out on the field on a very hot evening. Instead, Curtis gambles, goes for it, gets the first down, gets another, and now they're driving down the other way, ready to flip the momentum of this game.
3:15 to go in the first quarter, and this first quarter might have about as many possessions as a monk.
You don't think they have 3?
Here's the handoff to Brody Duncan, and Duncan is stoned. The linesman spots it at the 43-yard line. No gain on the play. The stop being made by Elias Santiago, the senior defensive tackle.
Locally owned Brinkley RV in Goshen proudly supports the Minutemen. At Brinkley, they are relentless in their pursuit of the ultimate customer experience through their commitment to building high-quality RVs and servicing them like never before. Brinkley RV, recreating the RV experience.
Couple of scores on the McKinnis Around the Area Realty scoreboard. Triton leading Winnemac 7-0 in the second. St. Joe leads Adams 14-0 in the first, and Riley on top of Washington 7-0 in the second at Jackson Field. This is Quentin Brock on a rollout. He cuts it inside behind a nice block and gets the first down, sponsored by Sim Financial Advisors. That was a beautiful block by Logan Carl, who got a little dinged up making it.
This has been a fast-moving first quarter. If you're just tuning in and you're like, well, what do you mean it's 7:39? They did not kick off till 7:19 or so because of the delay at the start of the game. So very fast-moving first quarter brought to you by our friends at T. Comet, with each team only having one drive so far.
2 minutes exactly to go here in the first. Warsaw has driven down to the Concord 35 on a drive that started back at its own 20. Quentin Brock at quarterback gives it to Brody Duncan, his fullback, and Duncan greeted rather early by Derek Gomez, the linebacker. Gomez, who wears number 10, the 240-pound senior, came into this game after making 11 tackles against Mishawaka and 10 against Northridge in the last 2 weeks.
And at halftime, we will chat with Brody Duncan as one of our Student Athletes of the Week, presented by Tony Letcher. Tony, a lifelong resident of Michiana, a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony is your guy. Google Tony Letcher Health Markets to connect.
Now looking at a 2nd and 9 with 1:18 to go in the stanza. New fullback in the game, but Brock kept it, and that time the big Donovan Arnold, all 315 pounds of him, came closing in on him. Arnold, the regional discus champion, treated Brock like a discus that time.
And we remember how excited he was to win that championship. Kind of came out of nowhere to win it back at regionals at Goshen, and a tremendous young man, and playing both ways here tonight, starting both ways. One of 4 Concord players that are starting on both sides of the ball, which is a lot for a 5A school, and with the heat being 85 degrees around kickoff, that could play a factor here come the second half.
Play clock at 7 as Brock brings them to the line of scrimmage with 30 seconds to go in the half. Brock wants to throw. Under pressure, throws it out there. Tucker Reed could not hang on. It was broken up beautifully by Kamari Jackson.
Excellent defense there by the Minutemen. Warsaw had their opportunity. As you take a look at the replay, brought to you by R. Yoder Construction. But Jackson just able to get a hand in there. Excellent work by the defensive backs here of Concord.
And now on 4th and 9, Big Grady Nelson checks into the game as a tight end. And we'll have to see how Concord handles this with 24 seconds left in the quarter. Bart Curtis went for it on 4th and 3 in his own territory, so not phased at all by 4th and 9, but Craig Kaler wants to talk about it. Takes a timeout sponsored by Dental Solutions. We're back in 30 on Sports Michiana.
Still wrestling with wire spools? Tap out. Babsco's got this. Meet the Spool Pro. Wire spooling made simple. It handles large reels with ease. Built for durability and convenience because your time matters. Save time and reduce waste with precision. Customizable settings for any job, big or small. Don't wait for innovation. It's already here. Built smarter and stronger with you in mind. Call Babsco to get yours today.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by McKinnis Realty. It's realty with a purpose. Ordinarily, Anj, I'd come to you with a Patrick sideline report asking you, well, what are you hearing on the Warsaw sidelines on 4th and 9? We've lost that benefit tonight, but after seeing Brock throw that pass, do you think Bart Curtis comes back with another pass on 4th down?
I will say, odds are he is, because it would be quite the feat to get a first down on 4th and 9 on a run, but I also didn't think he would go go for it on 4th and 3 from his own 25-yard line. So,
and let's face it, Warsaw has had success getting to the perimeter of the Concord defense, particularly here on the right side, the near side to the camera. So we'll see what happens here. Grady Nelson flanked to the left, Logan Carl to the right. Brock throws to the right, and it's incomplete or intercepted.
Or caught.
It's caught.
But I think it's short of the first
It
down.
is. Logan Carl made the grab at the 27-yard line, but he had to get to the 25. Take another look here from Yoder Construction. The ball went off his foot and into his hands. He somehow caught it that way.
Did it ricochet off a Concord player also?
But it didn't matter because he winds up being 3 yards short of the first down.
Oh, that's as strange of a play as you're going to get. And in the end, it's the same as if it was an interception or an incompletion. It's Concord's ball either way.
So the Minutemen, with 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, will go back to work with a 3-0 lead. Bo Brunner engineered a pretty solid drive on their first possession. This one begins from the 27, and Brunner to the right to Derek Gomez, his H-back, and Gomez races into Tiger territory to the 49-yard line. A first down sponsored by Brinkley RV with 12 seconds left in the quarter after a pickup of 24.
Great first quarter here for the Minutemen. Just take a look at the replay brought to you by Yoder Construction. Again, Brunner, the confidence, the poise, the patience, finds his man, gets the big gain, and they're the other side of the 50 as we close out the first quarter.
Time expires on quarter number 1 here at Fisher Field, and this one living up to billing. Maybe not the offensive fireworks that we expected. Low-scoring game so far, but Concord leads at 3-0 after 1 on Sports Michiana.
Yes, I was just in a bad car accident. I need help.
I'm in a call center. How am I supposed to help you? Did you buy this insurance over the interweb?
Yes.
You think this can wait till after my lunch break?
No, your lunch can wait.
When this happens, you'll understand why it's important to have a local agent. The Lilliard Insurance Agency is just that agency. We're a local agency and we're here to take care of you. Call the Lilliard Agency today.
Back at Fisher Field, Chuck Freeby and Angelo Di Carlo with you. And Ange, we've got to thank some of our great sponsors tonight.
Yeah, we want to say thank you to Parkview Sports Medicine and Ortho Northeast, proud supporters of local athletes at every level. Dr. Jeffrey Hartzell, with extensive experience treating athletes in NFL, MLB, and top college programs, brings elite orthopedic care to Warsaw and Goshen. Learn more at psmsports.com.
The second quarter about to be brought to us by the St. Joseph County Police Department as you see the Warsaw cheer squad and the dance squad helping to entertain this big crowd here at homecoming. They spotted Gomez down on his side of the 49. And it's Bo Brunner throwing in the flat to Reese Brevard, and Brevard gets bottled up quickly. He's not a very big guy, so the gang tackling will bring him down after a pickup of 1.
Give you a Patrick sideline report, special report, actually. Good to hear that Doug Ogle is back teaching, return this week at Leesburg Elementary. The former Warsaw boys basketball coach who suffered a heart attack at the end of May was airlifted to a hospital in Fort Wayne. He was clinically dead for 12 minutes, and now he is back at work. Great to hear. Retired in 2020 as the boys basketball coach after winning 273 games and leading the Tigers to the state finals in 2010. So great to see Doug is back on his feet, doing well, and back to teaching phys ed at Leesburg Elementary.
Reese Brevard with a pickup of 10 on his 4th catch of the night. And it's good enough for a Brinkley RV first down. Bo Brunner, 7 of 8 throwing the ball tonight. And Brunner, as our factoids tell you, Bo knows accuracy. He has been completing 77% of his passes for the season coming into this one. And the last I checked, 7 out of 8's even better than that.
He's been so good, the other Bo didn't want to show up tonight.
1st and 10 from the 38 of Warsaw. Concord leading 3-0, 10:52 to go here in the first half. And a timeout shall be called by Concord. It's sponsored by Dental Solutions. 10:49 to go first half. Still 3-0 Minutemen on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce. You might ask, well, you bought them. Now how are you going to put them on? No problem. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now.
Almost finished, Herb. Take your time.
I'm just marinating. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Health Markets with Tony Letcher. It's the right coverage at the right price.
Synergy Design is proud to march with the Minutemen. A special shout-out to all the Concord players and coaches for all their hard work this season. Thank you, Synergy Design, for supporting tonight's broadcast.
On the McKinnis Realty Around the Area scoreboard, Tippecanoe Valley leading LaVille 21-14. That's in the second. 1st and 10 from the 38 of Warsaw for Concord. Brunner, with lots of room over on that left side, decides he's going to throw for it, and it is incomplete. It went off the fingertips of a Warsaw defender as it looked like Parker Sweet was back there defending for the Tigers.
That one was ill-advised. Definitely in double coverage downfield. Kind of lollipopped that downfield and gave Warsaw a better opportunity probably than his own teammate, but I mean, the way he's playing tonight, he hasn't made many mistakes. It's going to happen. He's not going to be perfect here, but luckily for Concord, it didn't turn into a turnover.
By the way, you'll meet Bo coming up at halftime, one of our Tony Letcher Health Market student athletes. 2nd and 10 for the Minutemen. It is Brevard trying to cut off the left side, and he gets hauled down from behind after a pickup of 1. The running room has not been there for Reese Brevard tonight.
The 13-7 Foundation honors former Jimtown player Deacon Dillenbeck, who died tragically in 2024 at the age of 19. Deacon loved the vocational trades, and the 13-7 Foundation awards scholarship for those looking to enter the trades. Search 13-7 Foundation on Facebook for more information on how you can support.
Concord now looking at 3rd and 9, 10:07 to go here in the first half. Twins to each side of Brunner, who wants to throw. Grady Nelson flushes him out of the pocket. Brevard makes the catch, cuts it back to the inside. Look at the little water bug take it up to the 29-yard line. And if they spot it at the 29, he'll be a yard short of the first down.
Kind of like the high school version of Jeremiah Love here for Concord's Reese Brevard. As you take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction. Look at the moves that he puts on. It looks like he's contained. He's not going to be able to do anything, but when he is in space, he is at his most dangerous, and you saw it right there as he was able to get it to 4th and short.
And now on 4th and 1, a ton of options available for Craig Kaler here. Personally, I don't know what Lalo Rolone, the offensive coordinator for Concord, would call here.
Brunner.
But I don't mind Bo Brunner running one side or the other with a run-pass option.
Yeah, I like Brunner. I would have actually lined him up behind center and just sneaked it.
Instead, they'll give it to Reese Brevard. That's not bad choice either. Brevard still getting loose. Put on the spin move, hit the red button, he's down to the 14, a pickup of 15 on the play.
Yeah, that one worked quite well.
It's sponsored by Brinkley RV, that first down is.
Reese Brevard putting on a show on the last couple plays, especially as you take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction. They got a special interest in seeing Reese Brevard putting on the moves, juking and jiving his way downfield, and the Minutemen in business with a 1st and 10 from inside the 20.
I asked him this week at practice what it is like when he's doing those plays, and he just says, I'm focusing on leverage and balance when I'm in the middle of those runs.
That's what his defenders are trying to focus on.
Brunner tried to throw to Derek Gomez, and he was well covered, too well covered, apparently by Matthew Flores Ortega as a flag comes in.
When choosing a dentist, you want the best. Dental Solutions in Warsaw has an incredible 4.9 rating on Google with more than 700 reviews. Come see why everyone loves Dr. Bill Stouffer and Dr. Brock Spengel. Learn more at dentalsolutions.net. Go Tigers.
Defensive pass interference called on Flores Ortega, and Bart Curtis is halfway out to the hash marks to talk about that call. He is not happy at all with the penalty called against the Tigers. Half the distance to the goal line will put it down at the 7. 1st and goal after another Brinkley RV first down.
8:50 remaining here in the second quarter. limited possessions all around here so far. What is this, just the second possession for Concord? Warsaw's only had one.
First and goal from the 7. The ball is snapped, but a flag is thrown as the snap occurs, and a false start called against Concord will march them back 5.
Maybe a little even Steven action there on those back-to-back penalties, one on each side. KZ Recreational Vehicles is proud to support athletics in northern Indiana. KZ, a top RV manufacturer, is built on the foundation of integrity and family culture. Work for KZ and drive home with a sense of belonging, pride, and a great career. Go Minutemen.
The funny thing about this is originally the pass interference not an automatic first down as it is in college football. One down marker is going to lay down the chain. The other one says, no, we got to hold it up. So right now I think we're looking at a first and about 8. Scoreboard says first and 12, but that would only be if it were first and goal, and I don't believe it is. Brunner at quarterback. Has time. Now rumbles out of the pocket, fires a bullet, and it is caught by Chase Thompson as he is absolutely lit up from the touchdown. How did Thompson hang on to that football?
Unbelievable how he held on to that football. Credit to Warsaw defense for putting a hit that would prevent it. As you take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction, Brunner puts it on the money right in traffic, and somehow he hangs on despite multiple men and a shot that he'll be reminded of, and he gets up besides.
Matthew Flores Ortega made the hit. There was a train horn just as he caught that football, and it was appropriate. The kick is sponsored by KZRV, the touchdown by Concord Touchless Car Wash. 8:41 to go in the first half, and Concord takes a 10-0 lead on an amazing grab by Chase Thompson on Sports Michiana.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Ledger, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
Chuck Freeby, Angelo Di Carlo back with you. It's homecoming here at Warsaw. Tiger fans trying to stay fired up. Why not? They have given Concord fits over the years, but tonight the Minutemen are off to a 10-0 lead on Warsaw with 8:41 to go here in the first half. After Bo Brunner goes to Chase Thompson for a 12-yard TD. Nathan Potter on the approach on the KZRV kickoff, and this one goes booming into the Warsaw night.
Locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend is your answer for oil changes, brakes, air conditioning repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax. Central Automotive, we're here for all your automotive needs.
Warsaw took a lot of time off the clock on its first possession of the game, but was not able to put up any kind of points. In fact, they didn't even get into the red zone. So Bart Curtis has to find a way to get points here with his team down 10-0. His offensive coordinator, his son, Michael Curtis, the former OU Bobcat, helping call plays here as Quentin Brock leads the offense onto the field. Brock has had a good night running the football himself. This time he'll hand it off. And Michael Schenk, the backup fullback, carries it forward for about 4 yards on the play. Schenk, a 6'2", 195-pound junior.
Warsaw Community High School's vision is equipping all students to embrace challenges while successfully navigating pathways to their future. We proudly support Sports Michiana as they champion academics and athletics across the viewing area.
Tigers sending 2 receivers to the right of Quentin Brock. It's Schenk again on the carry, and the big fullback is off to the races. He's got one man to beat. It's Mark Herman, and Herman gets him down at the 7-yard line. It's a first down, sponsored by Sim Financial Advisors.
Well, one of the keys to win for Concord, the Lilliard keys to win, was avoid the explosions, and there's an explosion right here on that barp ball offense, right up the middle, right up the gut, and he is gone. As you take a look at the Art Yoder construction replay, well, not quite gone, as he's tackled just before the end zone.
That's a 68-yard pickup for Schenk. And suddenly, the Tigers are in business with a 1st and goal at the Minuteman 8. It is Schenk again. You would think he might have been a little bit tired, but Bart Curtis said, no, that works. And he picks up 3 right up the middle.
Feed the man who's running the ball well and maybe trying to give him an opportunity to finish off the drive that he has done so well.
As our friend Mr. Hunt likes to say, the ball ain't heavy.
7:15 left here in the second quarter. Only the second possession of the game for the Tigers. Were unable to come away with points on their first drive.
Schenk again, the running back behind Quentin Brock. Man in motion, they pitch it that way. Touchdown, Warsaw. Wyatt Harmon takes it in for his second rushing touchdown of the year, and the Tigers are on the board on a touchdown sponsored by Reichert and Knepp Wrecker Service.
Take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction. Nice pitch. No one near him. Easy end zone touchdown for the Minutemen, or for the Tigers, as the end the deficit here against the Minutemen. It's 10-6 pending the point after here.
The extra point has been a bit of an adventure for Warsaw this year. John Conley only 6 out of 10 on PATs. Long wait, but the snap and set down and the kick are all good. Exactly 7 minutes left in the first half, and Warsaw fires its first salvo of the night. They bring it back to a 10-7 game on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done.
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Reliance, uniquely crafted to fit your lifestyle.
Mike's Garage Door specializes in residential and commercial garage door installation and repairs wherever you might be. They offer the same-day repair and are right in your backyard. Learn more at mikesgaragedoor.indiana.com. Excellent game here so far tonight as we continue on with the second quarter, brought to you by the St. Joseph County Police Department.
Fisher Whitaker about to put the boot to it for Warsaw. Reese Brevard and Mark Herman are the deep men for Concord. Whitaker with a squib kick. It takes a huge hop. It's still loose and it goes out of bounds. And Concord will get it at their own 35-yard line, but Warsaw had the chance to make something happen there.
I mean, that is a pretty good opportunity. They should dial that one up for when they have to do on an onside kick, because that was very well played, even if it went out of bounds. Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Concord has scored on each of its first 2 possessions tonight. Let's see what Bo Brunner can do here. It will be his best field position to start a drive, his own 35, with 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Brunner has thrown for 95 yards tonight. He is 11 of 13 passing. Low snap, but Brunner handled it well. He has time, now steps up in the pocket, eludes tacklers, takes off down the field, and Brunner's in Tiger territory to the 49 on a first down sponsored by Brinkley RV. A nifty run of 16 by the fleet-footed Concord QB.
Concord Community Schools love that play, and they are committed to our mission to ensure all students achieve academic success in a safe and connected environment. It's a great time to be a Minuteman. Visit concordschools.com to learn more.
Brunner with 4 carries for 32 yards tonight. Walking around to get the play. He's got plenty of time left on the play clock with 15 and just catching his breath a little bit after that scamper. If you want to catch your breath, just give it to Reese Brevard. He'll take it back away. Flag comes in on the play as Brevard picks up 6, but this is thrown in the neighborhood of holding.
Mel Fashions in Warsaw cheers on the Tigers. Mel Fashions is your home for men's formal, business, and casual clothes. Check out Mel Fashions on Buffalo Street in downtown Warsaw or on Facebook or Instagram.
Instead, it's a face mask penalty on Warsaw, and that'll be a first down sponsored by Brinkley RV. 5-yard penalty will move it up to the 39 if it's only a 5-yarder.
They are discussing this.
Lou Brown, the official, checking with his lines people. And indeed, 5 yards, right on up to the 39. And, yeah, go ahead and move the chains.
Which they haven't done yet. So you're gonna have
All
to do
they got to do is listen to me.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming. The best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support. At Ferret Custom Roll Forming, we form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
Brunner handles another low snap. Hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. Matthew Flores Ortega with a pick. He takes it up to the 49, and it's a Tiger first down. The pressure came from Nathan Villa. And then after Villa hit Brunner, that was easy pickings for Flores Ortega.
They've been close a number of times here tonight on that blind side, and this time they were able to make enough contact just before he released the ball to make a difference on the release and be able to get the interception and flip the field here. And suddenly, it wasn't that long ago, it was 10-0, and all the momentum with the Minutemen, and now Warsaw down by only 3 with the ball at midfield.
This is your typical Concord-Warsaw game right here. Brock oversees the field. And he pitches out to Tucker Reed, but Reed cannot turn the corner. He's only able to get about 4 that time as he was forced back inside by Kamari Jackson.
Concord Touchless Car Wash on South Main Street is the most advanced, fully computerized, high-pressure, totally touchless car wash in town. They feature 5 self-service bays and 2 touchless automatic machines. Go Minutemen.
5:40 to go here in the first half. Warsaw trailing 10-7, but with the ball at the Concord 47. Again, it's Quentin Brock at quarterback. Gives it off to Matthew Schenk, and Schenk is able to get about 2 up to the 45-yard line before the Minutemen are on top of him. Derek Gomez with the stop that time. Schenk, 4 carries, 77 yards tonight.
Thank you to Oak and Alley for feeding our crew tonight with their delicious burgers, chicken sandwiches, and fries. Check out Warsaw's Hidden Gem. I got to stop calling it that because we love it so much. I don't know how hidden it is anymore. Oak and Alley for craft burgers and beverages at 2308 Center Street in Warsaw. What a great evening that will be for you and your family.
3rd and 4 yards to go. Pitch out to the outside, and a beautiful open field tackle by Reese Brevard as he brings down Wyatt Harmon at about the 44-yard line. It'll be 4th and 3 for Warsaw. What a tackle by Brevard, who came in as the leader of the pack, leading this team in both rushing yards and tackles.
Moves from linebacker to safety for this game, but able to move on up and make the big stop there. If he isn't there, that is likely a first down for the Tigers, and instead now they're facing a 4th and 3 coming up here.
Matthew Schenk is still in at fullback. Concord crowding the line of scrimmage. Brock wants to throw, lobs it out there, and it is incomplete. Knocked down by Kamari Jackson, and for the second time tonight, Warsaw fails on 4th down.
Well, and that one doesn't matter that he dropped it. He may have dropped it on purpose because, quite frankly, they're getting the ball at a good position with it being 4th down. So good job there for the Minutemen as they're able, look, coming to this game, can Concord's defense hold up? They're playing a really good offensive team in Warsaw, and they've only given up 7 points with 3:57 left here in the first half. They've done really well so far here tonight.
Only one timeout left for Concord, but the way they throw the ball around, that should not be much of a problem. We'll see how Bo Brunner responds to the turnover. His defense helped bail him out. Brunner keeps it himself on a design quarterback draw, tripped up. Nice tackle by Cam Bouse as Brunner gets up to the 48 for a pickup of 5.
Big C Lumber is the best choice for your next home improvement project. Family owned for over 100 years. They know the ins and outs of every home project you need completed, and our knowledgeable sales staff will help you get the job done. See the difference a culture of caring can make at Big C Lumber.
2nd and 5 from the Tiger logo at midfield. Warsaw coming on a blitz. Brevard couldn't get away from it. Bouse is there again. Bouse is in house, and he brought the house against Reese Brevard that time. Loss of 4.
Take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction. The contain spot on for Warsaw on that play.
Pushes it back to a 3rd and 7 here from the Concord 46. Down to 2:48 and counting here in the first half. Minutemen lead by 3, trying to get a key first down here. Another blitz is coming. Brunner runs away from it, throws, and it's complete to Derek Gomez. The big tight end rumbles down to the 45 for a Brinkley RV first down. 9 yards on the pickup. There are few big men as sure-handed as Derek Gomez.
And he makes the big play there as you take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction. Brunner rolling out, seeing his man, finds that little open space, and Gomez able to haul it in and make the catch.
So 1st and 10 from the 45. Brunner keeps it himself. Off the left side, Brunner running away from people. He's got room to run on the outside. Look out! Bo Brunner, touchdown Concord. 45 yards, no flags. It is sponsored by Concord Touchless Car Wash.
What an incredible run by Bo Brunner. We've seen this all night. Fakes the handoff to Brevard. Goes up the middle, cuts outside, showing that 400-meter speed, but this time he only had to go 45 yards for 6.
Well short of 400 meters.
He could have ran all the way down to Oaken Alley. Not quite that far, but
2:07 to go, first half. Nathan Potter on to try the extra point. The kick sponsored by KZRV. Reese Brevard is the holder. Snap, set down, kick, all good as that one goes high into the Lake City Night. And with 2:07 to go in the first half, Concord retakes a 10-point lead, 17-7 on Sports Michiana.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
My name's Elizabeth, and I've been a member of the Notre Dame Credit Union for about 37 years. I had been driving a Prius, and I liked the Prius. But unfortunately, I live on a hill, and when it snows, I had a problem. So I called the credit union and told them I needed a new car. We did everything over the phone and the internet, picked up the car, and it was all done in less than a week. I would recommend the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union without question.
Chuck and Anj back with you on a glorious night for football at Fisher Field. Concord with a 17-7 lead. Nathan Potter about to do the KZRV kickoff for the Minutemen. Another boomer spins down and into the end zone for the touchback.
Potter's had a great night. Kicked a 48-yard field goal, pair of extra points, and has had 2 touchbacks already here this evening. So he's really held up his end of the bargain here for the Minutemen.
Interesting situation here for Warsaw. They do have all 3 of their timeouts left, 2:07 on the clock, so they do have time to move the ball down to the field, at least into field goal range for John Conley, if not into the end zone. And Warsaw will get the ball to start the second half, so they could do a 2-for-1 right here.
Yeah, last possession we talked about the way they have made up ground. They were down only 10-7 with the ball to start at midfield, but then they give the ball up. Concord scores immediately, and suddenly it's back to a 10-point lead here for the Minutemen. But if you can go into the half down by only 3, this would be a pretty good end to the half for the Tigers.
Quentin Brock takes it into his own hands and runs away from Reese Brevard, but Derek Gomez is finally there to bottle him up. They'll spot Brock at the 30. That's good enough for a first down, sponsored by Sim Financial.
And because he was able to get that extra 2 yards to get that first down, the clock stops, which benefits them here. Still 1:58 remaining in the first half, as now the clock will start back up as they set it.
Brock tonight, 6 carries, 42 yards. Brock keeps it himself again off the right side, trying to get to the sidelines, get out of bounds, stop the clock after a pickup of 5.
1:39 remaining here, so good job here by the Warsaw. They were able to get the first down to stop the clock. This time he's able to see, all right, I'm not going to get the first down, but let me just run out of bounds and stop the clock, and they still preserve all 3 timeouts.
Brock had his biggest rushing night of the year last week in the win over Wawasee when Warsaw kept the W trophy, as he picked up 69 rushing yards in that game. He already has 47 here tonight. Minute 39 to go, first half. 2nd and 5. Brock again off the right side and didn't get to the outside this time, as Kenye Davila was able to get out there and make the stop at defensive end, only a pickup of 1.
Does not decide to use a timeout here. But you're in a situation, if you call a timeout and all of a sudden on 3rd and 4 something bad goes wrong, you're suddenly giving the ball back to the Minutemen with enough time to score. So you're in a delicate balance there if you're Bart Curtis, although for the most part he's a gambling man.
1:07 and counting here in the first half. Play clock down to 12. It is Schenk up the middle, and Michael Schenk is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 4. Now does Craig Kaler use a timeout here to stop the clock? He only has 1 left.
And, well, he remembers Bart Curtis going for it on 4th and 3 earlier in the game. I think Craig is deciding, you know what? I'm not going to tempt things here.
And Bart Curtis, I think, will let the play clock roll down and maybe take a timeout when it gets down to 1. He was over talking to the side judge.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, McKinnis Realty is where service comes first. Family and veteran-owned, they proudly serve our community heroes through their Homes for Heroes program, helping you save when you buy or sell. Learn more at McKinnisRealty.com, and it is indeed a timeout brought to you by Dental Solutions.
A reminder, next Friday night on Sports Michiana, we're going to go into the state of Michigan for another big battle. Our first trip ever to Sylvester Field, where the Buchanan Bucks take on the unbeaten and 10th-ranked Berrien Springs Shamrock. Buchanan with a big rivalry game against Brandywine tonight. Berrien Springs wound up with a bye tonight. So that should be a fun one, and the Lakeland Conference will be on the air with a pregame at 6:45, the kickoff at 7. Hope you'll join us then for more high school football on Sports Michiana.
And great for us to be able to get all the points of the Michiana community. We're not just trying to be in only one or two counties. We're trying to get every point we can. Started down in Knox. Then we went to the backyard brawl with Penn Mishawaka, got up to Michigan and Edwardsburg versus St. Joe, Michigan up on the lake. Then had the big Holy War last week. Now down here at Warsaw for this big NLC clash between Warsaw and Concord. And then we're back in Michigan next week for Berrien Springs and Buchanan.
Reminder, coming up on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming Halftime Report, we'll have our Tony Letcher Health Market Student-Athlete interviews, our Tom's Car Care Center halftime highlights. Ange will talk to a special guest down on the sidelines with our Patrick Sideline Report, and we'll have the McInnes Realty around the area scoreboard. A lot of sponsors get a lot of love at halftime. Warsaw lines up in punt formation. Fisher Whitaker is the punter. He has only punted once this year. It's a low snap, and Whitaker's punt is partially blocked. It'll roll, though, for Warsaw all the way down to about the 38-yard line of Concord. That's a break for the Tigers with just 6 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah, the way it rolled, basically rolled off 10 more seconds on the clock, which maybe they let Brunner or Brevard run, but there's no reason they don't have to do anything. They can just say, okay, we're up by 10 and take a knee, or they can just maybe take a chance here with one of their elite athletes to see if they can get something going.
The way Reese Brevard is standing about 15 yards behind the line
that's
of scrimmage,
our answer, right?
This would be the genuflect formation, and Craig Kaler is going to be happily taking a 10-point lead to the locker room.
Dan Marino once did this against the Jets, though. Pretended like he was spiking the ball and then threw it, but they will take the knee.
The Minutemen showed up to this one about 15 minutes late due to a traffic accident in Warsaw, but the offense has been right on time here in the first half as Concord goes to the locker room with a 17-7 lead. I gave you the laundry list. It all comes your way next, starting with the Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athletes on Sports Michiana.
Mom, it's happening again. The internet froze. It's just buffering over and over.
Sounds like we need faster internet.
Back to school starts with better internet. Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
What have you been doing? Looking for a new internet provider. You should get Surf. They're really good. No contracts or hidden fees and price lock for life.
Okay, I'm in.
Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
Presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets. We have Warsaw senior fullback Brody Duncan along with Concord senior quarterback Bo Brunner. We'll start with Bo, who is the quarterback on the football team, a member of the basketball and track teams, and ranked 26th in the senior class at Concord. How do you balance everything?
During the summer, I really just try to do a little bit of everything, play some basketball and football, and then during football season, I try to keep a ball in my hand, just stay ready for basketball, then track comes around, just try and run.
He's already starting to attract D1 offers in football, but you have a unique distinction this year. You get to throw to your little brother, Harry. What's that experience been like?
It's been really cool, just going home and talking about football. I've never really do that before, and it's pretty cool.
What does being a Concord Minuteman mean to you?
It means a lot, getting to practice with my brothers every day. It's just really fun, great coaching staff, and just something I'm really glad to be a part of.
Bo, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, Brody Duncan is a senior at Warsaw, the fullback, a member of the track team, has a 3.85 GPA. How do you balance everything?
It's a struggle, but, you just got to get home and kind of push through that mental struggle, get what you need to get done for school. Football kind of helps the track, too, and just go from there.
You have a unique honor of being the fullback, and when you're the fullback at Warsaw under Bart Curtis, that's a big thing. What does it mean to you to be the fullback here?
Oh, yeah, it's a huge honor for me, Trying to get that 3 yards for the team every play, them depending on you depending on them, it's a huge honor.
What does being a Warsaw Tiger mean to you?
It's a huge honor, You get to respect the community, people respect you, and you just work hard for everybody you can.
Bo, thank you. Brody, thank you very much. Bo, thank you very much. Congratulations. Those are our Student Athletes of the Week, presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets. We have your halftime highlights right after this. You're watching Warsaw and Concord in our Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
Still wrestling with wire spools? Tap out. Babsco's got this. Meet the Spool Pro. Wire spooling made simple. It handles large reels with ease. Built for durability and convenience because your time matters. Save time and reduce waste with precision. Customizable settings for any job, big or small. Don't wait for innovation. It's already here. Built smarter and stronger with you in mind. Call Babsco to get yours today.
Yes, I was just in a bad car accident. I need help.
I'm in a call center. How am I supposed to help you? Did you buy this insurance over the interweb?
Yes.
You think this can wait till after my lunch break?
No, your lunch can wait.
When this happens, you'll understand why it's important to have a local agent. The Lilliard Insurance Agency is just that agency. We're a local agency and we're here to take care of you. Call the Lilliard Agency today.
Shopping for tires used to really rub me the wrong way. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to find the right tires. Talk about secret sauce.
You might ask, well, you bought them. Now, how are you going to put them on? No problem. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose one that does mobile installation. A technician brought the tires right to my house. He's installing them now. Almost finished, Herb. Take your time. I'm just marinating. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Patrick, empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959. The Warsaw Marching Band out on the field entertaining the crowd at Fisher Field. Let's listen in for a little bit. And we welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. Chuck Freeby with you high atop the fray. Angelo Di Carlo will rejoin us momentarily. It's time now to look at our halftime highlights brought to us by our friends at Tom's Car Care Center. First half full of highlights from here at Fisher Field. Bo Brunner got it started off. He'll actually throw a bullet here to Chase Thompson, who gets leveled by Matthew Flores-Ortega, but it was good for a touchdown. That made it 10-0 Concord, but Wyatt Harmon goes around the right side on the ensuing Warsaw drive. Tigers cut the gap to 10-7. It looked like they might regain the lead as Flores-Ortega makes the interception. as Brunner is hit by Nathan Villa, and Flores Ortega brought it back all the way to the Tiger 49, but Concord's defense stiffened, and then Bo Brunner took off 45 yards for the score. That made it 17-7 in favor of the Minutemen, and that's where we stand here at the intermission. Meanwhile, down on the field, it's homecoming. The band is playing, and Angelo Di Carlo is down there with a Patrick Sideline report. Ange?
Thanks a lot, Chuck. I'm talking so much before the interview, I forgot we were actually doing the interview. Here with members of the Warsaw girls basketball team, of course, went to the state championship last year. We have Jocelyn Bricker, Brooke Hartman, and, of course, Coach Lenny Krebs. Coach, not far off until this campaign starts all over again. About, a month till practices and 6 weeks to games. You guys ready to go?
We're not ready to go yet. I promise you that. 4 weeks, before we start practice, we have fall break in there. So we have a week off school. We're going to enjoy that week, but right now we're working out 2 times a week. We need time to put these pieces together. I'm excited about where we can go with this group. Last year is over. Everybody talks about 26-2, state runner-up. It's over. It's a new journey. I'm excited to start it with these girls.
It may be over, but we're going to reminisce about it for one last time here tonight. So, Jocelyn, take us back to last season to make that run to the state finals. What was that experience like?
It was unreal and just like a dream, what we've always dreamed about since we were younger, and just doing it together with that group and just our best friends was amazing.
Brooke, obviously you guys had the outstanding year, but you come up just short of winning the state championship. How much motivation has that been for you guys as you get ready for a new season?
We know what it's like, and I think we have a good shot again, and we kind of know the environment, what comes into it and what doesn't. So I think this year will really be a good year for us. We already know what it's like, and we've been there before. So,
Jocelyn, you have this Brooke back, but you lose Brooke Winchester along with 3 other seniors. How much do you two now have to step up into that major leadership role this season?
Yeah, Brooke was a big leader for us last year, and we were leaders too, but she just had a gift, I feel like. So definitely a different role that we're going to step into, but we're excited to lead our team and do it the right way. So,
Coach, how nice is it when you're starting a new year and you're trying to make another run to have these two leading the way?
How often do you get an opportunity to have 2 junior all-stars? That's very uncommon and rare. They make me look good. They make me look smart. They make my job a heck of a lot easier. A lot of just comfort in these 2, knowing that things are going to get done the right way. And the younger kids are going to learn from the best we have.
You guys broke through last year and finally got those championships that you were looking for. And suddenly now the expectations are through the roof. How does that change things, or how do you ground things with your team when everyone is expecting big things from them?
We had that exact conversation at team camp. We talked about the expectations of our community and what they were expecting from this group. And then we talked about our expectations. What's the difference in the community definition of success and the definition of success in the locker room? We just have to show up every day and get better. We have to continue to connect and just build relationships. Like I said, it's a fresh journey. You look at our schedule. I'm being real here. We could be 5-2, 4-3, after 7 games with the schedule we're playing. And I'm sure that would send some people into a panic. We just need to stay the course and let the process play itself out.
Brooke, how have you guys, as leaders on this team, been able to make sure you guys stay grounded and keep your teammates grounded as well?
We just have to remind them it's a new year. Last year's in the past, and we just have to build up from what we have and just keep getting better every day. So just leading this team finally after waiting behind Brooke and everything, she was just so gifted with that talent. So I think we're ready from what she gave us. So
I asked Coach what it's like to have the 2 of you. What is it like for each of you to be able to play off of each other?
It's a lot. My job's a lot easier when Brooke's with me on the floor. So, and we're best friends. Our whole team, we're all best friends. So it's really fun to play together, and also we just know each other so well, and just fun to do hard things together and just go through this journey. So
the past couple years, we've played with each other for 4 years now. It's like my best friend on the court, on and off. We know each other so well, what the other person's doing and whatnot. But I'm really excited to have Joss for 1 more year.
Brooke Zartman, Jocelyn Bricker, Lenny Krebs, members of the Warsaw girls basketball team. I'm sure we'll be seeing them quite a bit on Sports Michiana's Game of the Week this year. Back upstairs to Chuck.
All right, thank you very much, Anj. Welcome back inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth as we get you ready for the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard. A lot of action in the area tonight. Elkhart is on top of New Prairie 21-14. The Lions got their big receiver Tayshawn Bardo back, and he already has a 64-yard touchdown in this one. Mishawaka pounding Goshen 53-0 at the half. The Cavemen, one of the three co-leaders here in the Northern Lakes Conference, along with Warsaw and Plymouth. Jimtown and Bremen have renewed their rivalry down at Don Bungie Field. The Jimmies have a 15-8 lead in the third period. Jimtown has won 9 straight in that series. Knox, ranked number 6 in Class 3A, struggling a little bit at John Glenn tonight. They lead at 16-14. That's in the second quarter. Lakeland on top of Angola in the Northeast Corner Conference, 20-12 in the third. Tippecanoe Valley leads LaVille in Indiana Northern State Conference action, 24-14 at halftime. Rochester, boy, Ron Schaefer's got a good ball club down there. They've only given up 14 points all year. That includes the Goose Egg. They're posting right now against Lewis Cass, up 20-0 in the fourth. Merrillville leads Michigan City 7-0. That's in the first. A little bit of a surprise at Jim Andrews Field. Northridge, winless on the year, leads Northwood 7-0 at the half. Penn all over Marion, 41-7 at the half. Plymouth and Wawasee are tied at 14 at the half as you look down at the homecoming court being introduced here at Fisher Field. St. Joe leads Adams 35-0 at the break. Riley on top of Washington 26-0 at the half. West Noble leading Fairfield 21-6 in the third. Triton on top of Winnemac 14-6 in the third. Up in the state of Michigan, halftime, Bronson on top of Cassopolis, 34-14. Constantine with a 19-10 lead on South Haven at the half. In the third quarter, St. Joseph leads Gull Lake 26-0. Dowagiac on top of Marshall, 21-8 at the half. Niles leads Otsego 22-20. That game is at halftime. And in 8-man football, Adrian Lenawee Christian leading Twin Cities by a count of 21-18 at the half. So you have seen the introduction of the homecoming court. I believe they are just about ready to name a king and queen, and we will be back with that momentarily. You're watching the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Michiana area? Call McInnes Realty, Michiana's fastest growing real estate company where service comes first, built on knowledge, care, and community. Through our Homes for Heroes program, we proudly give back to those who serve. Firefighters, law enforcement, EMTs, military, teachers, and healthcare workers, past or present, qualify for hero rewards when they buy or sell with us. Call McInnes Realty today at 574-271-3440.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
Congratulations to everyone in the
So they have named the homecoming king and queen here at Warsaw High School. Didn't quite catch the names of the people involved, but the pictures being snapped down below. And I believe Ryan Fitzpatrick, our intrepid field cameraman, is down there to give you a shot of the king and queen. What a nice moment for both of them. As Warsaw is on top, or trailing Concord, 17-7 here at halftime of this one. Quick look at some of the first half numbers. In terms of the rushing game, Concord, most of their rushing has come from their quarterback tonight. That is Bo Brunner. He has raced for 92 yards on 6 carries. And overall, the Minutemen have 109 yards rushing and 95 yards through the air. That's 204 yards. They have had 3 penalties for 20 yards and 1 turnover. For the Warsaw Tigers, they're led in rushing by their fullback Michael Schenk, 5 carries for 78 yards. They have 150 yards rushing, but only 7 yards passing. That's not unusual for a Bart Curtis team. They're not exactly known as an aerial circus. They haven't had any turnovers tonight, but they have had a couple of penalties that have come at crucial times. So 17-7 in favor of Concord. We're going to run a few commercials here to pay some of the bills. Back in a few minutes here on Sports Michiana.
Thank you to all our generous corporate sponsors for the 2025 school year and
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
Shopping for tires used to really ruffle my feathers. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack made it easy to identify the right tires. No more searching high and low. I got the best deal. TireRack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. They brought the tires to my neck of the woods and put them on, right here in my driveway.
You're all done.
Thank you. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Tom's Car Care Center, the Coffee Spot Cafe, and the Waterworks Car Wash. They're three great services in one great place. Teams starting to trickle back onto the field here at halftime as you see Bart Curtis walking back to his team. It's a 17-7 lead for Concord, and we welcome you back inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. You know we mentioned Tom's Car Care Center. Want to send our sincere condolences to the Zmieslow family. The matriarch of that family, Diane Zmieslow, passed away earlier this week, and she was instrumental in the founding of Tom's Car Care Center, and I know the family deeply misses her.
Absolutely. Our condolences out to Dennis and all the family members there. Great locally run business, and Diane and her husband, Tom, were the ones that started it 35 years ago, I believe, and she led a great life, led a great family, and I know you've gotten to know the family, going to church with them over the years.
Yeah, the Zmieslows are a wonderful family, great family-run business, as Anj mentioned, so if you can move your car care business to Tom's Car Care Center, you can enjoy a drink there in the Coffee Spot Cafe and get your car cleaned up at the Waterworks Car Wash. You see Concord coming back onto the field. Unfortunately, they're going to add 3 minutes to the clock here, so that gives us a little bit more time to fill. But you were down on the field Up here, you feel the heat and the humidity. I think down on the field, it's a little bit of a different story.
Yeah, there's no AC up here in the press box. We have the windows open, but it is definitely warm. And I was curious when I was leaving the press box if it was going to feel that warm. It's kind of a refreshing evening now at this point. I still think it's probably muggy for the players, but in terms of the conditions out there, it is not as overwhelming as maybe you and I probably thought during the first half because of how sticky it is up here. But the humidity is not bad, as we talked about earlier in the game. But again, when you're this warm at this point of the year in Week 5, and the last couple of weeks have been really nice, that makes a difference, and that could play a factor here in the third and fourth quarter, especially for these defenses.
And it could for Concord, because Concord has had a second-half problem in recent weeks. They have shown fatigue in the second half against both Mishawaka 2 weeks ago and Northridge last week. And I think that's got to be a concern for Craig Kaler as he comes out here for the second half.
Well, we mentioned it earlier and when we showed you the starting lineups and during the first half. This is a 5A school, but they start 4 players on both sides of the ball. When we did St. Joe Marion last week, you did not have that many starters on both sides of the ball for a 3A and 4A team, let alone for a 5A. But the gap in the talent level is so extreme. You want a Donovan Arnold on the field on both lines. You want a Reese Brevard on the field on both lines, so I understand it. And I think Reese Brevard will probably be fine out there. But on a sticky evening, those guys that are playing a lot both ways, and then we know that there's guys that are next in line, that are starters on the offense, that are next in line on defense, that are still playing. And the same is the case for Warsaw as well. You're going to have guys going both ways. So those are the guys that are going to be really tested here in the second half.
The problem for Warsaw, and Bart Curtis pointed this out during the week, Concord has so many playmakers, and we've seen that in the first half. We saw Brunner make plays. We saw Brevard make plays. We saw Derek Gomez make plays. We saw Chase Thompson make a heck of a catch in the end zone. And the problem for that guy right there is, how do you find a way to stop all those playmakers?
That is a problem. But Concord also has a different type of problem. How do you stay mentally focused when you're tired and hot against a Warsaw offense that is so repetitive in what it does, but then has its wrinkles in what it does? So both sides have their challenges. Concord has the playmakers to drive Bart Curtis fits, but Warsaw has that dynamic Bart ball attack that will drive Concord nuts here in the second half. And I think both sides, that's why we expected a close game. We expect a high-scoring game. It'll be interesting to see if those big plays develop more here in the second half. It is only 17-7. This is probably a little bit of a surprise. If I told you before the game it was 17-7 at the half, you wouldn't have believed me. Watching the game, it's not necessarily a surprise because of how long some of those drives were and the fact that Warsaw had a couple stall out after fourth down.
I have to credit the personnel changes, though, that Craig Kaler and his defensive coordinator, C.J. Schaefer, have made.
Yes.
Because moving Reese Brevard to safety from linebacker allows him to patrol the outside a little bit more. They were getting burned on the outside early in the game, tighten that up. They did get burned on the one big play going up the middle, but Eli Castaneda is typically not one of their starting linebackers. He is filling the spot that Brevard takes out by moving to safety, and Castaneda had himself a very good first half.
And the other thing for Brevard that it might help is it might help him keep him a little more fresh, because at safety, yes, you're going to work hard, you're going to run up, but you might not have to be in on every single play defensively like you would be if you're at middle linebacker.
Third quarter is being brought to us tonight by our friends at Mayo Fashions. Nathan Potter kicks for the Concord Minutemen. Back deep for Warsaw, Wyatt Harmon and Tucker Reed. And we are ready to resume action here at Fisher Field. Potter's high spinning kick to be taken by Reed in the end zone for the touchback, his fourth touchback of the night.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is the financial institution of choice for Sports Michiana, plus hundreds of churches and schools. Utilize their unique Elevate tools to help raise funds and drive your mission. Go to NotreDameFCU.com/elevate to learn more.
Quentin Brock had 48 yards rushing on 8 carries in the first half for Warsaw. Michael Schenk, the fullback, ran for 78 yards, and they're staying with Schenk, who had the hot hand there in the first half. Concord using a 4-4 formation here against Warsaw, and it has worked well tonight. Brock gets spun around at the line of scrimmage, manages to squirt forward for 2 yards, and Concord is there to swarm him under.
Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreation experiences. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the field.
11:35 and counting here in the third quarter. We'll keep you up to date on the time. You see everything else there on the TireRack.com scoreboard. Tigers looking at a 2nd and 8. 2 receivers split to the left of Quentin Brock, who's only 1 out of 3 passing tonight. Brock pitches out to Tucker Reed on the outside, and Reed is able to battle his way up to about the 29-yard line. He's a yard short of the first down.
Nice cutback there by Reed to pick up a couple extra yards and make this a manageable 3rd and short situation and get 7 yards on the play.
And Warsaw down 10 really does not have to deviate much from its normal game plan here. They have plenty of time in this one to run what they normally run.
No question about that, but that's why that play was so big, because if you're in a 3rd and long situation, all of a sudden, you know, if you don't convert a first down, you're giving Concord the ball back down by 10, and they have an opportunity to go up by 17. So now if they can pick up this first down and keep this drive going, it would be huge.
It's a quarterback sneak, and Quentin Brock has himself a first down sponsored by Sim Financial Advisors. Brock pushing it forward to the 32-yard line for a pickup of 3.
Want to help your team look great? It's Tops can help. They're the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana, and they can do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net.
Brock, an all-state baseball player for Andy Manis' squad, whom we saw in the spring here on Sports Michiana.
Andy on the broadcast tonight with Roger Grossman.
I hope Roger gets to talk. Quentin Brock thrown backwards as he falls after a loss of 1 there. Boy, a host of Concord tacklers in to get him, including Derek Gomez, the middle linebacker wearing number 10. You're going to get another look at this one on the R. Yoder Construction replay.
Yeah, great job there by Concord getting past the O-line into the backfield, making that contact, sticking with it, and getting the loss.
We mentioned earlier that Warsaw is playing without its starting center, Christian Cullors, and he is, according to Bart Curtis, the top lineman they have. So that's a blow, and that's where Gomez came that time, right up the middle. 2nd and 11. Brock rolling to the right, throws, and it's in the air, and it is incomplete.
Wow.
There were all kinds of bodies out there.
Another one of those, I have no idea who has the ball or if it's a completion or incompletion, and that one ends up incomplete as we take a look at the replay here, brought to you by R. Yoder Construction. This is the replay from earlier of that takedown in the backfield, which is worth another look.
3rd and 11 now for Warsaw. And behind the chains, not a spot where this offense typically functions very well.
Yeah, when you go for a pass in this system on 2nd down, you need to convert it. They were unable to do so there.
Tucker Reed is in the slot. Brock looking for him and bounces it. It'll be 4th down, and I don't think Bart Curtis goes for it from here on 4th and 11.
I wouldn't think so. This could be, I guess, a quick punt situation, depending on how they're going to line this up, but I'd imagine they have to be punting on 4th and 11. When they went for it earlier, okay, fine, it was 4th and 3, even though that was inside your own 25. But here I would think that they, one way or another, they're going to be punting the ball in the end.
Quentin Brock just 1 of 5 throwing the football tonight. But indeed, they line up as though they're going to go for it. Brock rolling out. He is going to throw. He lobs it out for Tucker Reed, and he can't get there. It's incomplete. And Concord will take over at the Warsaw 32.
Wow. I mean, once you line him up under center, it's pretty obvious you are going for it unless you're going to call a timeout. That is a gutsy call there by the Tigers, because we know how good this offense for Concord is, and now you give the ball to them on a short field. Again, I didn't think they should have done it on 4th and 3 earlier in the game, but I can understand, hey, we need 3 yards. We're an offense that picks up 3 yards. 4th and 11, that was even more of a gamble.
Trips to the right of Bo Brunner. Derek Gomez lines up in the backfield, and it's Gomez who's going to try to run off the right side and is stumbling up to the 27-yard line, submarined by Robbie Strong that time after a pickup of 5.
T. Comet has been part of the Warsaw community for almost 50 years and is proud to support Tiger football. Are you looking for an exciting career path? T. Comet is hiring CNC machinists. Learn more at tcomet.com. Go Tigers.
Gomez, that's his 21st carry of the year. He had 86 yards rushing in the win over Jimtown, and he is a versatile player. He had 7 receptions in the win over Northridge last week. Now it's Reese Brevard back in the backfield along with Bo Brunner, but Brunner looking to throw. Oh, there's Brevard out in the flat, and he's off to the races, run out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Another first down sponsored by Synergy Design. For Brevard, that is his 6th catch of the night, and that one good for 16 yards.
Take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction. Easy dump pass there for Brunner to Brevard, and Brevard can do the rest. That is a play that's been there all night for Warsaw, or for Concord, excuse me. Warsaw has not really been able to pick it up, but there are situations when they've tried to, and then that's when Brunner has done damage downfield, either passing or running with his feet.
1st and 10 from the 11. Herman in motion, but he started upfield before the snap, and that'll cost the Minutemen 5.
Reichert and Knepp Wrecker Service congratulates Warsaw on a great season so far with locations in Warsaw, South Bend, Plymouth, and New Haven. Reichert and Knepp Wrecker Service can handle any and all of your towing needs in northern Indiana. Learn more at rkwrecker.com.
1st and 15 for Concord. That just gives the passing game a little more room to run its routes. Tavion Beach split way wide to the left as Brunner checks with the sideline for the play.
Can Warsaw make a stand on this short field, force Concord in a field goal situation?
Brevard to the right side. Brevard knocked out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Pickup of 7 on the play.
Well, that's a healthy start to a 1st and 15. You're trying to continue to move those chains. Getting 7 yards on 1st down makes this a more manageable situation on 2nd and 8.
They've done a decent job against him in the running game tonight. 8 carries for 25 yards. But he is just able to create such space out there. And it is truly hold your breath anytime he gets the football. Brunner rolls to his left, looking to throw, and under siege. Now he cuts it up the field and falls down at the 5-yard line. Probably got a little bit dizzy with all the turning and swiveling he was doing out there.
He's such a weapon out there for Concord. We talk about Brevard being contained a little bit in the run game, but that's also opened things up for Brunner to be able to do things, whether it's in the pass game or in that situation. Look, he takes his time, he waits, nobody's open. Okay, I'm going to run and pick up 4 yards in the play, and now it's a 3rd and 4 here from the 5-yard line.
And again, Chase Thompson split way to the right for Brunner, but the action going to the left. Brevard trying to turn the corner, can't do it. Warsaw shut him down out there. One of the Tigers stays down on the field and appears to be injured, and it'll be 4th down for Concord as the officials take a timeout for the injured player. Bart Curtis wants to check this out. We'll take a timeout. Back with more in 30 seconds on Sports Michiana.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by the Lilliard Insurance Agency. They are real people with real service and real value. Fletcher Pohl made the initial hit on that play, and he was the player who was down on the field. But fortunately, Fletcher is walking off under his own power. Training staff talking to him as he seems to be favoring his right arm a little bit. It is 4th and 3 from the 4-yard line here for Concord.
So they still have an opportunity to get a first down. They can get to the 1. And for Warsaw, after the short field, can make a big goal line stand here.
They fake to Brevard. Brunner runs to his right. He's headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Concord. Bo Brunner with a touchdown sponsored by Concord Touchless Car Wash. His second TD of the night. This one from 4 yards out makes it 23-7 Minutemen.
You see the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction. They fake the handoff to Brevard. He goes the opposite way. Spin move into the end zone for the touchdown. That 1-2 punch. Brunner, Brevard, as difficult as they come to be able to stop, and they were unable to do so there.
Nathan Potter on to try the extra point sponsored by KZRV. The snap, the kick, all good. 7:25 to go here in the third quarter, and Concord has taken control in this Northern Lakes Conference tussle. The Minutemen lead at 24-7 on Sports Michiana.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Shopping for tires used to make me want to blow a gasket. That was before I went to TireRack.com.
Tire Rack made it easy to find great tires at a great price. 2 years of free road hazard protection sealed the deal.
Tire Rack has thousands of recommended installers. I chose a mobile installer. Check this out. A technician brought my new tires right to the house. He's installing them now. All set. Thanks. When it's time for new tires, trust the experts. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Babsco, your trusted electrical distributor.
R. Yoder Construction, proud to support tonight's game. Need a winning team for your next project? R. Yoder Construction will transform your vision into reality with expert design, planning, and full construction management services. R. Yoder Construction, building with purpose, serving with character.
Good crowd on hand here at Fisher Field, but the home folks haven't had a whole lot to cheer about tonight, as the kickoff sponsored by KZRV goes into the end zone again. You mentioned earlier Nathan Potter having a very good night on special teams. And Concord has really outplayed Warsaw in all three phases of the game tonight.
Yeah, really, they have. They've only given up 7 points, so the defense has come up big. They've made some critical fourth down stops here this evening when Warsaw has decided to go for it. The offense has been able to capitalize in a lot of situations, have long, sustaining drives, and then, of course, they've done so well in the kick game, making a 48-yard field goal and then putting a number of touchbacks into the end zone.
Let's see what Quentin Brock can do here on 1st and 10 from his own 20. A handoff to the fullback, and there's just not much there against a salty Concord defense tonight.
Reminder of the third quarter brought to you by our friends at Mail Fashions.
The fullback carrying for 2 yards that time against a staunch Concord defense. You see Elias Santiago and Jacob Buss in the middle there. 2nd and 8. Brock keeps it himself, and again he gets snowed under. Concord just swarming to the football. There's Eli Castaneda again in on the tackle as he got Brock down around the ankles. He's not a big guy, but he is so quick.
Yeah, and what they're doing when he's able to get in there as quickly as he is, he's making sure that those 3-yard plays that Warsaw's used to gaining, well, it's 1 or 2 yards. So now it's 3rd and 7, which is not a good situation for the Tigers offense.
Craig Kaler was credited by Bart Curtis all week as being one of the best coaches of defending the flex bone. And they have done it well tonight, and Bart wants a timeout with 6:09 to go in the third quarter. It's sponsored by Dental Solutions. Back with more after this on Sports Michiana.
Ready to be part of our winning team? The St. Joseph County Police Department is hiring, and we are looking for people of all ages who want to make a difference. With a starting salary of $52,000 plus full benefits, including medical, dental, vision, and vacation, you are in control of your future. So whether you're just entering the game or looking for a new position, now is the time to get off the sideline. Learn more today at sjcpd.org.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Farrett Custom Roll Forming. We form value.
Tires matter. They're the only part of your vehicle that touches the road. Tread confidently with new tires from Tire Rack. Whether you're looking for expert recommendations or know exactly what you need, Tire Rack makes it easy. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Buchanan defeated Brandywine tonight 64-6, so the Bucks loaded for bear as they go up to Berrien Springs next week on Sports Michiana for a Lakeland Conference showdown with Berrien Springs.
3-1 Buchanan versus 3-0 Berrien Springs. The Shamrocks on the rare Week 4 bye up in Michigan.
Warsaw here looking at a 3rd and 7. Quentin Brock pitches out. Tucker Reed trying to turn the corner, and Reese Brevard is there.
Wow.
And that is why they put him at safety.
And it's an incredible job of tracking his man because it looked like there was space. As you take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction, the pitch out was there. It looked like he was going to find space to the outside. Maybe he wasn't going to get all 7, but it felt like he'd probably get 4 or 5. And then, it's 4-down territory here for Warsaw, the way they've been going for it. And it is, but now it's 4th and 7 instead of 4th and 2 or 3 because of Brevard's defense there.
And again, Warsaw has decided to go for it. Brock tackled after a pickup of 2. Concord's going to get it at the 27-yard line. And you wonder right here if Bart Curtis is trying to prove a point to his team.
Well, he had to prove some points during the regular season last year. Let's remind everyone that, yes, they played for the state championship a year ago, but this was a team that lost 3 games in a row at one point in the season last year. And it was during this stretch. It started with this game against Concord. And so maybe he is trying to prove that point to make sure that his team realizes these are the things that have to be done if we want to have a special season again. Shout out to our friends at Reichert and Knepp Wrecker Service. I think when they said let's do the Warsaw scoring, they anticipated more than 7 points here tonight.
Bo Brunner scrambling in the backfield. Grady Nelson in pursuit. And finally, Brunner is brought down at the 23-yard line after a pickup of 3, as it was Ty Martin, the sophomore linebacker, who was able to get him from behind.
Sim Financial Advisors covers the cost of all sports passes for every Warsaw High School student for every home game, so pack those stands, unleash your inner Tiger, and roar. With offices in Indiana and Michigan, Sim is your home for financial planning and investing. Visit sim.com to learn more, and it's a packed house down there on the Sim Zone, as they call the student section.
2nd and 7. Brunner hands it off, and a spin move that time gets the running back up to the 20-yard line. See if we can pick up. It was indeed Derek Gomez on the carry that time.
Locally owned Brinkley RV in Goshen proudly supports the Minutemen. At Brinkley, they are relentless in their pursuit of the ultimate customer experience through their commitment to building high-quality RVs and servicing them like never before. Brinkley RV, recreating the RV experience.
4:05 to go, third quarter. Concord looking at a 3rd and 4. Warsaw showing blitz. And here they come, and Brunner runs away from it. He's got the first down. He's got the touchdown, his 3rd of the night. From 21 yards out, Bo Brunner's 3rd TD of the night gives Concord a 30-7 lead. That's sponsored by Concord Touchless Car Wash as you get another look on the R. Yoder construction replay.
And it is also a first down brought to you by Synergy Design. I know Dad is pretty happy to be able to sponsor one of those first downs that turns into a touchdown for Bo Brunner, who's having a whale of an evening. And, boy, we didn't think this was going to be a rout. And right now it is that. 30-7, Concord ahead here with 3:51 to play in the 3rd.
9 carries, 109 yards for Brunner as Nathan Potter tacks on the KZRV extra point. 3:51 to go in the 3rd. It is all green here tonight at Fisher Field. The Minutemen lead Warsaw 31-7, and we'll keep it right here.
Thank you to Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony is a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, or individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com. That was a sensational touchdown. I'm not sure if the guys in the truck can cue that one up again, and maybe we take another look at that one for Bo Brunner as he's able just to slice through the defenses. And as we like to joke, Craig Kaler calls everybody a problem. Well, he's got some problems on his own team, and that's Brunner. As look at the way he's weaving and leaving there between Brunner and Brevard. When you have 2 electric talents like they have in those guys, then you throw in, of course, last year they had both of those and Jerron Thomas. They've had some playmakers here at Concord, which 5 years ago they really didn't have that. They were going through a period where their best playmakers were in 6th and 7th grade, and they were waiting for them to come up.
Speaking of Jerron Thomas, strong Northern Lakes Conference flavor at Notre Dame Stadium tomorrow because Concord's Jerron Thomas is on that Purdue team, and so too is a kid from Northwood by the name of Nitro Tuggle, who already has a couple of touchdown catches for the Boilermakers as Purdue visits Notre Dame tomorrow. We'll talk about that game Monday night on our Notre Dame Federal Credit Union Irish Football Fix on Pulse FM. That airs at 7 p.m. Meanwhile, the KZRV kickoff being taken by Nathan Potter here as he tries to get yet another touchback. See if he does it here. Potter on the approach. Tucker Reed can return this one from the 1. Reed with a burst of speed, and he's brought down. Fumble, and the ball's loose, and it looks like Reed may have been down, but I hope he's not hurt. That knee really bent back.
They're going to say he was down, but more importantly, it's a matter of whether or not he's okay as you take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction.
Oh, my goodness. We are going to take a break, and we will be back in a couple of minutes here on Sports Michiana.
Mom, it's happening again. The internet froze. It's just buffering over and over.
Sounds like we need faster internet.
Back to school starts with better internet. Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
What have you been doing?
Looking for a new internet provider.
You should get Surf. They're really good. No contracts or hidden fees and price lock for life.
Okay, I'm in.
Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
Experience the summer in style with decking from Big C Lumber. From the professional to the do-it-yourselfer, Big C will assist you through the entire deck planning process. Big C's selection of composite and PVC decking material offers durability and low maintenance, all while maintaining the look and feel of real wood. Our free delivery service ensures more of your budget is allocated toward your project. Revitalize your outdoor living space with Big C Lumber.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They're putting people over profits. Tucker Reed being helped off the field by his head coach, Bart Curtis, and a member of the training staff. Not able to put any weight at all on the left leg. That is certainly a blow for the Warsaw Tigers, and we wish nothing but the best for that young man in his recovery. And so Quentin Brock and the Warsaw Tigers take over at their own 15-yard line, trailing 31-7 with 3:46 to go in the first half.
Third quarter,
excuse me.
Not quite that bad.
It's been that long a night. Wyatt Harmon on the run for Warsaw takes it up to the 24-yard line. Harmon with a pickup of 9 on the play, and we've got a Minuteman slow to get up.
Thank you, Parkview Sports Medicine and Ortho Northeast, proud supporters of local athletes at every level. Dr. Jeffrey Hartzell, a skilled sports medicine surgeon, brings elite orthopedic care in Warsaw and Goshen, helping everyone from Friday Night Football stars to weekend warriors. Learn more at psmsports.com. We talked about this at the beginning of the game, Chuck. Now's the point where, all right, some of that hot weather coming into play where we're seeing guys. Reed was a different story. That was definitely an injury, but this could be and hopefully is just a cramp.
Yeah, Matt Gunawan being stretched out down on the field gives us a chance to check the McInnes Realty Around the Area scoreboard, give you some updates on some games. Mishawaka has extended the lead over Goshen, 59-0 in the fourth now for the Cavemen. Dandy over at Don Bungie Field. Jimtown and Bremen all knotted up at 22 in the fourth quarter. Tippecanoe Valley leads LaVille by a count of 31-28. That's an Indiana Northern State Conference game in the fourth. By the way, Gunawan walking off the field under his own power. Northwood has come back to take a 15-7 lead on Northridge as that game goes to the fourth quarter at Jim Andrews Field. And Plymouth now leading Wawasee 21-14. That game is in the third quarter. St. Joe leads Adams 35-0 in the fourth at School Field.
Synergy Design is proud to march with the Minutemen. A special shout out to all the Concord players and coaches for all their hard work this season. Thank you, Synergy Design, for sponsoring tonight's broadcast.
A hard run here by Warsaw as finally the Tiger ball carrier Dalton Fitzpatrick on his first carry of the night is taken down after a pickup of 8 yards and a first down sponsored by Sim Financial Advisors.
The 13-7 Foundation honors former Jimtown football player Deacon Dillenbeck, who died tragically in 2024 at the age of 19. Deacon loved the vocational trades, and the 13-7 Foundation awards scholarships for those looking to enter the trades. Search 13-7 Foundation on Facebook for more information.
It's Fitzpatrick again on the carry. This one didn't go as well because Eli Castaneda was quick to the ball. Castaneda just having a sensational night at linebacker in a start.
First down has been not easy tonight for Warsaw. How many times that they are used to getting 3, 4, 5 yards on first down and putting themselves in a good position to get that first down and move the chains. After that first drive, that's been hard to come by for the Tigers, and it's gotten worse as the night has progressed.
On 2nd and 10. It's Quentin Brock keeping himself. He's got the first down and more. Brock into Concord territory. Mark Herman brings him down at the 43-yard line. That's a nifty run of 24 yards for the Tiger quarterback and a first down sponsored by Sim Financial Advisors.
And take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction. Following the blockers, finding the hole, moving into space, getting across the 50 in the first down, and giving the big Warsaw crowd here on homecoming something to cheer about. It has been a while since this crowd, as we're down to 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. It has been a long time since this crowd has had something to cheer for, and finally something there.
Well, this is the first time the ball has been on the Concord side of the field in the entire third quarter, and Wyatt Harmon just got tripped up. He was ready for a house party, but got tripped up at the 35.
I mean, that's the type of night Warsaw's dealing with right there, right? If he doesn't just get tripped up, suddenly you get some momentum, you get a big touchdown, but Concord able to trip him up as we take a look at the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction.
It looked like D'Angelo Lucas got just enough of them to send them down to the ground. 2nd and 2. Fitzpatrick, the running back. Sweet went in motion, and now they'll change the play at the line of scrimmage. Play clock down to 6. Fitzpatrick spins forward, has himself a first down, sponsored by Sim Financial Advisors, as he comes down at the 32-yard line.
When choosing a dentist, you want the best. Dental Solutions in Warsaw has an incredible 4.9 rating on Google with nearly 700 reviews. Come see why everyone loves Dr. Bill Stouffer and Dr. Brock Spengel. Learn more at dentalsolutions.net. Go Tigers.
Minute to go, third quarter. Warsaw on the move, trailing 31-7. Fitzpatrick and Sweet in the backfield along with Quentin Brock. It's Quentin Brock keeping himself, eluding defenders, finally taken out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Derek Gomez there to make the tackle for Concord. He's had himself a solid night as well. Pickup of 2 on the play for Brock, who has carried 14 times for 79 yards tonight. Clock stopped with 40 seconds left. Craig Kaler told me earlier this week he doesn't think they've ever beaten Warsaw when they haven't forced a turnover. Well, they haven't forced a turnover tonight, but they have stopped the Tigers 4 times on 4th down, and in effect that's been the turnover for the Concord defense.
They have done it well on turnover on downs, to say the least, here this evening.
Brock thrown down after a pickup of 3 as Carson Wyrick was in there to make the stop.
KZ Recreational Vehicles is proud to support athletics in northern Indiana. KZ, a top RV manufacturer, is built on the foundation of integrity and family culture. Work for KZ and drive home with a sense of belonging, pride, and a great career. Go Minutemen.
And that appears to do it for the third quarter of play here at Fisher Field in Warsaw. It does not look like Warsaw will get this play off before the clock expires for the third quarter, and indeed they won't. So 3 quarters are in the books. Concord's bus got stuck in an overpass on the way to the game. The offense has been in full gear. 31-7 Minutemen as we go to the fourth on Sports Michiana.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by TireRack.com. That's the way tire buying should be.
Fourth quarter brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. I don't think they thought when they said, let me take the fourth quarter of a Concord-Warsaw game that was decided by 4 points in the regular season last year and 3 points in the postseason for a sectional championship, that they ever imagined Concord would be ahead by 24 to start this fourth quarter.
Well, they need to talk to their salesperson. 3rd and 5 for Warsaw. Quentin Brock keeps it himself, and a couple of tacklers needed to bring him down. Finally, Kamari Jackson does it up at the 25-yard line. And Warsaw looking at a 4th and 3, and of course you know they're going for it, considering what they've done in far worse field position than this tonight.
You know, we talked on the Tire Rack drive to the game about if you put truth serum for Craig Kaler, whether or not he actually wanted to win this game. In terms of if he had his choice, obviously the playoff game is the one that matters. I think Bart Curtis is the same way. So you're putting your team in positions where, look, these are plays that we have to make in future games.
And Quentin Brock's pass is broken up by Mark Herman, and the Concord defense with its 5th fourth down stop of the night.
But they have not been able to make them here tonight. And Concord has been able to make every one of those big stops. And here's another brought to you by R. Yoder Construction, getting the hand out. The defense for Concord has been spotty at best all season. Tonight, it has made timely plays, whether or not it's been pass breakups downfield, pass breakout in the flat there, Brevard coming up and making a key critical stop out of the safety position. And Concord has dominated the line play on both sides of the ball and has done an excellent job from start to finish so far here tonight.
Derek Gomez is tackled from behind by Matthew Flores-Ortega at the line of scrimmage. Flores-Ortega flying all over the field tonight.
Warsaw Community High School's vision is equipping all students to embrace challenges while successfully navigating pathways to their future. We proudly support Sports Michiana as they champion academics and athletics across the viewing area.
And we appreciate their support. 2nd and 10 from the 25 for Bo Brunner, who has scored 3 rushing touchdowns tonight. And this Concord offense, and it's Brunner on the run again. Trying to turn the corner and does. And Brunner spins for a first down, sponsored by Synergy Design, up to the 37-yard line, a pickup of 12.
Need a high-quality garage door opener or a new door altogether? Mike's Garage Door has you covered with a wide range of options. So when you need help fast or you're replacing your eyesore of a garage, Mike's Garage Door is the first and only place for you. Learn more at mikesgarageDoorIndiana.com.
I have Brunner for 120 yards passing tonight and 121 yards rushing. Pretty good balance. He's going to throw it out of balance here because he's going to throw it to Reese Brevard in open space. And that's going to be an easy 9-yard pickup for Brevard. It has been pitch and catch with those two tonight.
Yeah, that play's been there all night. All night. I think I've said that play's been there all night 3 or 4 times already because it has been, and might as well pull the string and replay everything I'm saying because it's been there all night.
I prefer not to.
Chips and Doodles is a family-owned and operated small batch local bakery. You like me better on the sideline. Their delicious cookies are baked in a commercial kitchen and made with real vanilla and butter. Delivery is available as is pickup near downtown South Bend. Learn more at chipsanddoodles.com.
I think Molly's with me on that one. Derek Gomez on the carry, and Gomez bulls his way to the Tiger 45 for a pickup of 10.
She loves Friday nights. 9:59 left.
By the way, Brunner, another accurate night throwing the football. He is now 12 of 15 with the 1 interception. And granted, they haven't asked him to throw bombs. He's throwing safe, accurate passes. A lot of the credit for that has to go to the play design of offensive coordinator Lalo Rolone and this offense. But as Bart Curtis mentioned during the week, the number of playmakers that Concord has stretches a defense and makes plays like this possible for Brunner as he picks up 6 right there. I believe it's Robbie Strawn in on the tackle.
A lot of the credit also goes to that offensive line here tonight that has given him all the time in the world. And when he doesn't have the time in the world like there, he's so good that he's able to beat the man blitzing and still able to gain 5-6 yards on the play.
Yeah, let's give some credit to those big hogs up front. Donovan Arnold, Irvin Mejia, Bliley Steele, and Gavin Mansell, all seniors. And then the center, Antonio Valdez, only a sophomore. They have done a whale of a job tonight. 2nd and 4. And it's Brevard, and there he goes. Reese Brevard takes it all the way up to the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 12 on the play, but I believe we have a flag on the play as well.
Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic in Granger is a family-focused practice that treats newborns to professional athletes and everyone in between. They offer high-level chiropractic care, digital x-ray diagnostics, and non-surgical spinal decompression. Google Williams Family Chiropractic Clinic to learn more.
Bart Curtis now in his 8th season at Warsaw, his 35th season overall. Like me, he is a grandfather now, expecting another grandchild in November.
You are?
No, he is.
I didn't think Mary could get
not quite yet.
Not quite that quick. That would be a miracle.
2nd and 9 here for the Minutemen after the block in the back is called.
How is baby Charlie doing?
Baby Charlie is wonderful. He's a little over a month old. Likes to go for the ride in the stroller on days like this, pretty much half naked. Here's Brevard on the carry. He spins off another tackler. Still on his feet. Are you kidding me? And he takes it up to the 36-yard line. He is fun to watch.
That's the situation where Craig Kaler's like, dude, it's 31-7. Just go down. Like, help me out here. Don't get hurt. Ariota construction replay here. Whoop! Little Chris Berman action. Nope. He still don't want to go down. Couple more yards. Yeah. Wow.
He does more spinning than an episode of Wheel of Fortune. And sets up a 3rd and 1.
Now he's got to get that water because he spun so much that he needs a break. He's been playing both ways all night long in this heat.
Yeah, a little centrifugal force there taking its toll.
Concord is proud of its strong tradition in academics, athletics, and performing arts. Thank you to all the fans, athletes, and parents for a fantastic start to the fall. Visit concordschools.com to learn more. Go Minutemen. Timeout on the field brought to you by our friends at Dental Solutions. Also let you know that Male Fashions in Warsaw cheers on the Tigers. Male Fashions is your home for men's formal, business, and casual clothes. Check out Male Fashions on Buffalo Street in downtown Warsaw or on Facebook or Instagram. And an extra shout out to our friends at Male Fashions. They are in that rare group that have been with us for pretty much every game that we've done involving their local team at Sports Michiana. Last year, we ended up doing 7 broadcasts involving Warsaw Athletics between football, boys basketball, girls basketball, and baseball. And Male Fashions was pretty much in there, I think, 6 of the 7 games. So we appreciate all their support and kicking off 2025 with us here as well, even if the score is not in the area that they would prefer to see.
Bremen snaps the 9-game skid at the hand of the Jimtown Jimmies, and the Lions prevail in that rivalry tonight at Don Bungie Field, 29-22. On 3rd and 1, Derek Gomez lowers the shoulder and gets 2 yards and a Concord first down, sponsored by Synergy Design.
Spoke with Bremen head coach Justin Begonia on this week's edition of the Tire Rack Drive to the Game. Hey, they won, folks, so that's still worth a listen. A great interview as Begonia, going back to his alma mater, had been 13 years since he had been a head coach. First became a head coach at Glenn when he was 23 years old, was there for 15 years, then was an assistant down in Nashville, returned up here to be an assistant at LaVille, now returning home to Bremen this year. And after an 0-2 start, the Lions looking at 3 straight wins here.
Handoff. Nope, Brunner keeps it himself. He's going to run to the left. Brunner trying to turn the corner and gets taken out of bounds at the 27-yard line. A pickup of 8 more for Bo Brunner, who has 135 rushing yards tonight.
Concord Touchless Car Wash on South Main Street is the most advanced, fully computerized, high-pressure, totally touchless car wash in town. They feature 5 self-service bays and 2 touchless automatic machines. Go Minutemen. They have gotten their money's worth with the Concord scoring sponsorship so far this year. Debbie jumped on that one in 5 seconds. She was like, give me Concord score. Thank you.
Meanwhile, they're going to overtime at Jim Andrews Field. Northridge and Northwood tied at 15. Plymouth downs Wawasee tonight by a count of 21-20. This is Brunner again, sliding down to go down at the 23-yard line.
Northridge entered the night 0-4, but almost beat Concord last week. They have been knocking down the door, trying to get that first win, and just haven't been able to do so. But given Northwood everything they can handle here tonight, and we knew in that rivalry game anything's possible because that's one of those heated rivalry games.
That was another first down, by the way, sponsored by Synergy Design. Up to the 24-yard line for Brunner with 6:52 to go in this one, and Concord leading 31-7. It'll be Derek Gomez. Gomez plows forward, and he's got another Concord first down as he gets to the 13-yard line. 11 yards for the big 240-pound running back. And a first down sponsored by Synergy Design.
Hey, one more shout out to Oak and Alley for feeding our crew tonight with delicious burgers, chicken sandwiches, and fries. Check out Warsaw's hidden gem, Oak and Alley, for craft burgers and beverages at 2308 Center Street in Warsaw. If you live in or around Warsaw, you have to go there. And if you live somewhere else in Michiana, it's worth going out of your way to go to Oak and Alley as well. Terrific burgers, some of the favorites of our team all season long.
And here's Gomez again, and the big fella takes it down to about the 4-yard line, a pickup of 9 for Derek Gomez, who's been quite the weapon offensively here in the second half. 6 carries for 40 yards. Concord trying to put the final nail in the coffin here of the Tigers with 5:42 to go in the fourth. Brunner hands it off to Reese Brevard. Can he turn the corner? No. Warsaw swarms him under. Don't even know if he got the first down. It'll be close, but it looks like they're spotting him down at the 4, and he'll be a yard short. Meanwhile, the good news for Concord, the clock continues to run with 5:12 remaining.
Might be good news for Warsaw at this point, too. End this night, move on to next week.
Brunner gives it off to Brevard again. This time he turns the corner, tries to dive for the pylon. Touchdown, Concord. Reese Brevard takes it in from 4 yards out for his first touchdown of the night. And the Minutemen raise the advantage to 37-7 thanks to another Concord touchless car wash touchdown.
And you see the replay brought to you by R. Yoder Construction. Able to get into that end zone. Reese Brevard. That 1-2 punch, as we've talked about, of Brevard and Brunner have been so dangerous for Concord here tonight on full display. And this Minutemen team here in Week 5, in this performance here tonight, is looking like the Concord team many thought they would be before the season started.
Nathan Potter with a KZRV extra point. It's up and good. The Minutemen are leaving no doubt. 4:55 to go. 38-7 Concord on Sports Michiana.
My name is Chuck. I'm a member of Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The flexibility of having a HELOC made it simple to add items as we were going through the process of updating our house. So we didn't have to do everything at once. We could do it a little at a time as things changed, which made it flexible for us to use builders when they had downtime and get better prices for them. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. Craig Kaler with almost a smile forming on that face with 4:55 to go. 38-7, Concord has the lead. He was in a remarkably good mood after all those traffic problems tonight with his team.
You didn't see him when he first came off the bus. He was in his usually chipper, ordinary mood when he first came off the bus. But it was almost like whatever. You know, maybe he was in a good mood because they added 15 minutes and were like, okay, they gave him some time.
Kickoff sponsored by KZRV. Once he was able to go into storytelling mood, that's vintage Craig right there.
Sports Michiana's apparel is courtesy of our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, mugs. If you want to put your logo on something, odds are It's Tops can make it happen. Locally run since 1976, It's Tops gives you the personalized attention you deserve. Learn more at itstops.net.
Warsaw trailing 38-7 with the ball. Quentin Brock, the quarterback, hauled down from behind on a nice tackle that time, as Parker Schaefer, the defensive end, gets his name mentioned on this one. Schaefer, a young man with a 3.35 GPA, runs the hurdles, does shot and discus on the track team.
Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support. At Ferret Custom Roll Forming, we form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
Carry that time was by Brody Duncan, the fullback, and he gets about 4 yards on the carry. He's had a fairly quiet night. In fact, the only big play for Warsaw in this one was the 68-yard run by Michael Schenk to set up their only touchdown. Other than that, Concord has really limited the explosive plays for Warsaw. They have not had another play over 20 yards.
They had a good Warsaw-like drive early on. But really, I mean, Concord's defense, from the get-go, even that first drive, remember, Warsaw went for it on 4th and 3 from their own 25.
Here's Brock for a first down, sponsored by Sim Financial Advisors, as he takes it up to the 38-yard line, a pickup of 12. I take that back. Brock did have a 24-yard run, but if you hold this Warsaw offense to 2 explosive plays, you've done a heck of a job. And they've done it by not allowing any turnovers either.
Well, and one of the keys to win, the Lillier keys to win for Craig Kaler, was avoid the explosions. And, you know, they definitely have done that.
1st and 10 from the 38. It's Brock himself, and Brock hit hard after a pickup of 9. And again, it's Eli Castaneda in on the stop. We've called that name a lot. Brock now over 100 yards rushing on the night, 20 carries for 107. But special teams for Concord has always given Warsaw difficult field position. They only had one drive that started near midfield tonight after the Matthew Flores-Ortega interception. Here's a nice run for Parker Sweet, and Sweet is run out of bounds at the 29-yard line, but we have a couple of flags on the play around the Concord 35, and holding is the indication from the umpire.
That type of night for the Tigers.
They're still going to pick up a Sim Financial Advisors first down here, but instead of having the ball well into Concord territory, they're going to have it at about the Minuteman 48, it looks like. And that would be a pickup of 5 on the play.
If these two teams do, in fact, play each other come sectional time, and again, the odds are that they would, whether it be a sectional semifinal or a sectional championship game, I'll be interested to see the adjustments that Bart Curtis makes to make that a more competitive game, because you know he will. Will he be as gutsy on 4th down as he was here tonight? And will he be able to get his defense to make some critical stops, which they really were not able to do against Brunner and Brevard here this evening on the defensive side of the ball.
Here's the keeper by Brock, and Quentin Brock takes it up the field to the 43-yard line of Concord. That's about a pickup of 6 that time for Brock.
One of those adjustments, I imagine, would have to be covering Brevard when he's in space, because he's been open quite a bit. But the problem is when you start doing that, then Brunner just runs out the gut. It's a 1-2 punch that's really dangerous.
2 minutes to go in this one, a 38-7 lead. Ange will go downstairs and get ready for our Ferret Custom Roll Forming post-game show featuring our Reliance player of the game and our Big C Lumber play of the game. Here's another first down for the Tigers on the carry that time for the running back Dalen Fitzpatrick. And the first down sponsored by our friends at Sim Financial Advisors. Concord about to go to 4-1 on the year. The Minutemen will face Northwood next week. And Warsaw has to turn around and go to face longtime rival Plymouth up at the Rock Pile after the Rockies won tonight by 1. Brock on the carry takes it to the 34-yard line. That's a pickup of 5 for Quentin Brock, his 22nd carry of the night. We'll see if we can get you an update on that Northwood-Northridge game that went to overtime, tied at 15. And it's a final now. Northwood downs Northridge in overtime, 22-21. So Nate Andrews and the Panthers playing nothing but thrillers. They lost by 1 last week. They won by 1 tonight. And we have a timeout called by Concord. We'll keep it here. The timeout is sponsored by our friends at Dental Solutions. It gives us a chance to give you some more scores from around the area on the McKinnis Realty Around the Area scoreboard. We can tell you that up in Michigan, Constantine has beaten South Haven by a final score of 39-25. The St. Joe Bears go to 2-2 after beating Gull Lake 46-7. Three Rivers down Plainwell 21-7. And Twin City rallied to beat Adrian Lenawee Christian 50-39 in 8-man football. In Indiana, these are all finals now. Bremen beat Jimtown 29-22. Tippecanoe Valley over LaVille 38-28. Rochester beat Lewis Cass 34-0. We told you Northwood in overtime beats Northridge 22-21. Plymouth downs Wawasee 21-20. St. Joe over Adams 42-0. West Noble beats Fairfield 41-14. Don't forget to join our friends Pete Byrne and Bennett Wise for all the highlights and scores tonight on Friday Night Fever on WSBT. Many of you watching this game on the WSBT Facebook and YouTube pages. 2nd and 5. And the handoff to Brody Duncan, the fullback, and Duncan able to only pick up about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2 with under a minute to go in this one. Also a final tonight. Riley defeats South Bend Washington by a count of 33-16. Possible we'll be seeing the Cats soon here on Sports Michiana. Third down and 2 with 22 seconds to go. This could be the last play of the game. Dalen Fitzpatrick for a first down sponsored by Sim Financial Advisors takes it to the 27. Clock has to stop as they move the chains, but I believe that's going to do it here from Fisher Field in Warsaw. One more play coming in. Tigers might be able to run one more, but it looks like Bart Curtis has told his team, go ahead, get to the line of scrimmage and see if you can get it off. But the play clock expires and the ball game is all over. The Concord Minutemen come to Fisher Field and really do a number on Warsaw. Number 9 Concord knocks off number 7 Warsaw 38-7 in this Northern Lakes Conference game. The Minutemen keep their NLC hopes alive while Warsaw suffers its first conference loss of the year. Don't go anywhere. A lot to talk about on the Ferret Custom Roll Forming postgame show. It will include our Reliance player of the game and our Big C Lumber play of the game. It all comes your way next on the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
You see the Concord Minutemen assembling in the end zone, awaiting their head coach. You know why he's not there? Because he's waiting to join Angelo Di Carlo down on the field here on the Ferret Custom Roll postgame show as we go downstairs to meet our Reliance player of the game, who's standing by with Ange as well. Go ahead, Ange.
All right, we got Bo Brunner, our Reliance player of the game, along with Coach Craig Kaler. Craig, statement victory here for your squad, 38-7 over a very talented Warsaw squad. Your thoughts?
Well, it was nice to see that what we've done a good job with in the past several years, we've played good defense at our school, and that there's been a lot of question marks about our defense through 4 games, and we answered some questions tonight against a really good team. We played incredible on defense, and it also helps when you have as talented of an offense that we have.
Led by your quarterback, Bo Brunner, who's right here with us. How special is this kid?
His play speaks for itself. If we can convince him, he finally tonight figured out that he's the second best athlete on the field behind number 1, and he's on our team too. We tell him all the time, just pull it down and run. And he did that tonight. And when he does that, he's a problem. He creates a lot of a running mobile quarterback's hard to defend, and he's as good as one up here as there is. So we're fortunate to have him on our team. We have some great players, but we have a bunch of good kids that love our program, and this was a big win for us.
Bo, you're a Reliance player of the game. You got it done both running and throwing. What was clicking here tonight?
I think I wouldn't have been able to do it with the O-line, actually, and the receivers blocking great. I think and we just wanted it really bad. We came out playing hard.
It seemed like you had a lot of time to really make your decisions. How critical was that, the way your O-line was able to give you that time?
You don't win a game without a good O-line, so it was the most critical thing in the game.
Do you want to be late for games more often?
Oh, no. I don't like being late for games, no.
No, seriously, Craig, would you like to go under overpasses a little more often if this happens every week?
I can tell you, I believe 2016 was the last time we've won down here, and a couple of them since then, since Coach Curtis has shown up, have been ugly. We kind of exercised some demons down here. We have not played well on this field, and just incredibly proud of our coaches. We were well prepared, and but most importantly, our players played. You can only prepare them so much. They got to go out and make the plays, and we played really, really hard and executed tonight.
Bo, finally, how does a win like this propel you guys now for the rest of the regular season and then into the postseason?
I think we're going to be on a roll now. I think we're all we need a big win like this, and now we're all going to be more motivated and just ready to play next game.
Bo, thank you very much. Coach, thank you very much. Best of luck the rest of the season. Craig Kaler, Bo Brunner, our Reliance player of the game. Let's send it upstairs to Chuck for our Big C Lumber big play of the game. I think this Brunner guy was involved in that one, but the other end was pretty special too.
The other end made the play even more special, Ange, as we look at our Big C Lumber play of the game. It happened in the first half, and Brunner throwing to Chase Thompson. Watch the hit Thompson takes. It's ironic that a train horn went off in the middle of that play because Matthew Flores Ortega was like a train running into Thompson, but he held on and he was across the goal line for the score, and that's our Big C Lumber big play of the game. Craig Kaler and the Minutemen can celebrate that as well as the victory here at Warsaw tonight as they win it by a count of 38-7. We welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. An impressive performance by Concord tonight. Brunner over 100 yards rushing, over 100 yards passing, and 3 touchdowns. And the defense really doing a job to stymie the explosive plays of the Warsaw offense and keep the Tigers at bay. So, as we mentioned earlier, Concord now 4-1 on the season. They'll get ready for a date with Northwood next week. All the Panthers do is play close games. Meanwhile, Warsaw has to go to the rock pile in Plymouth and take on a Rocky squad that has won 3 in a row. That'll do it for our coverage tonight here from Fisher Field. Our thanks to our Sports Michiana crew, led by the G-Man, Gary Martin, with Chris Skibby doing the directing tonight, Deron Gray doing the TD, and then our camera guys did an awesome job tonight. Ryan Fitzpatrick on the field. Matt Florian, and, well, we'll learn how to spell Freeby one day. That's TJ Freeby up on the camera. A reminder that we are back with you on Monday night with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Irish Football Fix as we recap the game between the Irish and Purdue. That's on Pulse FM at 7 p.m. Next Friday, get it started with the Tire Rack Drive to the game at Pulse FM at 6 p.m., and then we'll go into the state of Michigan. Berrien Springs, undefeated and ranked 10 in Division 5, takes on a strong Buchanan team for the Lakeland Conference lead. Pregame at 6:45, kickoff at 7, and we do hope you'll join us then. Now, for my broadcast partner and business partner, Angelo Di Carlo, this is Chuck Freeby. Once again, the final, Concord 38, Warsaw 7. The preceding has been a presentation of Sports Michiana. The Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, Big C Lumber, Barrett Custom Roll Forming, McInnes Realty, Patrick, Reliance, the Lulliard Insurance Agency, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Babsco, Tom's Car Care Center, and these great sponsors.